These are the words of blessing, the story of how the chosen and the righteous are blessed, and how the cursed and the sinful are cast away. Enoch, whose eyes were opened by God and who beheld a holy vision in the heavens, began to speak and said, "The angels showed me that vision. I heard everything from them. I understood what I saw. What was revealed was not meant for this generation. It was for a distant generation yet to come, a generation belonging to the chosen one. On their behalf I spoke with the great and mighty one, the God of the world, who will step forth from his dwelling place. God will set foot upon Mount Sinai. He will appear together with his host and emerge with the power of heaven. All will tremble in fear. Even the watchers will shake. That fear and trembling will endure until the ends of the earth. The high mountains will sway. The tall peaks will melt like wax before fire. The earth will crack apart, and everything upon it will be destroyed. All will be brought to judgment, even the righteous. But God will make peace with them. He will protect the chosen. He will show them mercy. They will all belong to him. They will dwell in happiness and in peace. God will help them all. The glory of God will shine upon them all. Behold, he comes with 10,000s of his holy ones to bring all to judgment and to destroy the sinners. He comes to settle the account for every act of injustice committed by all people and for every word the sinners have spoken against him. Those who dwell in the heavens know what takes place. The lights of the sky do not alter their courses. Each one rises and sets in its proper time, in perfect order, never stepping beyond the boundaries set for them. Look upon the earth. Pay close attention to everything that happens on it, from beginning to end. How steady everything is. Nothing changes. Look at summer and winter. The earth is full of water. Above it are clouds, dew, and rain. Observe how in winter all the trees appear as though they are dead. They have withered and shed every leaf, except for 14 trees that hold their old leaves for 23 years until new ones come. Look at the days of summer. The sun stands high above the land. You seek shade and shelter from its scorching heat. You cannot sit upon the ground or the stones because of the warmth. See how the trees cover themselves with leaves and bring forth fruit. Understand that the Eternal One has done all of this for you. His works continue from the beginning of the year in this same unchanging manner. Everything comes to pass exactly as God has commanded. The waters and the rivers carry out their work without stepping beyond his command. But you did not wait with patience. You did not obey the commandments of God. You broke his laws. You fell into sin. And with your wicked mouths you spoke slander against his glory. You hardened hearts. You will find no peace. You will despise your days with all that is in you. Your years will vanish in an instant. The time of your destruction will be sealed with everlasting hatred. You will find no peace. In those days your names will become an everlasting disgrace to all the righteous. Everyone who curses will curse by your name. Every transgressor and every sinner will curse you. But for the chosen there will be light, joy, and peace. The earth will belong to them. For you, the sinners, there is no salvation. A curse will surround you all. Wisdom will be given to the chosen. They will all live, and never again will they commit sin through injustice or pride. They will not be condemned throughout their lives. They will not stray again. They will not sin for the rest of their days. They will not die by divine wrath or fury. They will live out their lives in full. Yes, they will multiply in peace, and their years of joy will become everlasting happiness and peace for the whole of their lives. The fall of the angels. When the sons of men multiplied, beautiful and desirable daughters were born among them. The angels, the children of heaven, saw them and felt desire for them. They said to one another, "Come, Let us choose wives for ourselves from among the people and father children with them." Their leader, Samyaza, said to them, "I fear that you will not truly commit to this, and that I alone will bear the punishment for this great sin." They answered him, "Let us swear an oath. Let us bind ourselves to one another with a mutual vow that we will not abandon this plan no matter what." And so they all swore together and pledged to carry it out. 200 of them descended in the days of Jared upon the summit of Mount Hermon. It was called Mount Hermon because of the oath they had sworn there, a binding vow, a curse upon any who would turn back. The names of their leaders were as follows: Samyaza, Arakiba, Ramael, Kokablel, Tamlel, Ramlel, Danel, Ezekiel, Barakel, Asael, Armaros, Batarel, Ananel, Zakiel, Samsapel, Satarel, Turel, Yomyael, and Sariel. These were the leaders of the 200. Together with all the other angels among them, they took wives for themselves. Each one chose a woman and began to defile himself with her. They taught them sorcery. They also taught them the cutting of roots to make them skilled in the knowledge of plants. The women became pregnant and gave birth to giants whose height reached 135 meters. These giants consumed everything mankind produced until the people could no longer sustain them. Then the giants turned on the people and devoured them. They began to sin against birds, wild animals, reptiles, and fish, and then against one another, eating each other's flesh and drinking each other's blood. And the earth cried out against their wickedness. Azazel taught men how to make swords, knives, shields, and armor. He showed them the art of metalworking. He taught the use of bracelets and ornaments, the use of cosmetics, the beautification of the eyes, the use of the most precious and exquisite stones, and the dyeing of materials and metals drawn from the earth. Wickedness increased greatly. They committed much fornication and wandered far from the path. Samyaza taught sorcery and the cutting of roots. Armaros taught the undoing of enchantments. Barakel taught astrology and the reading of the stars. Ezekiel taught the knowledge of clouds. Arakiel taught the knowledge of the earth. Shamsiel taught the knowledge of the sun. And Sariel taught the movements of the moon. As mankind was destroyed, their cries rose up to the heavens. Then Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Sariel, and Uriel looked down from the heavens and saw the immeasurable blood being shed upon the earth and the endless wickedness being committed. They said to one another, "The cries of the ravaged earth have reached the gates of heaven. The souls of men are calling out to us, begging us to bring their case before the Most High." And they said to the king, to God, "O God of gods, King of kings, your throne of light is eternal, and your name is blessed and praised throughout all generations forever. You made all things. Your power is sufficient for all things. Before you, all things are open and bare. You see everything, and nothing can hide itself from you. You have seen what Azazel has done, how he taught all manner of evil upon the earth, how he revealed the eternal secrets of heaven. Samyaza, to whom you gave authority to lead among his companions, also taught sorcery. They lay with the daughters of men. They defiled themselves with them and showed them every kind of sin. Giants were born from those women, and then the whole earth was filled with blood and corruption. Now the souls of the dead are weeping, and their cries have reached the gates of heaven. Their laments over the injustices of the earth will not be silenced. You know all things before they come to pass. You see them, and you allow them. Yet you do not tell us what we are to do in the face of all this." Then the Most High spoke. He sent Uriel to the son of Lamech and said, "Go to him, and in my name tell him to hide himself, and reveal to him the end that is coming. For the earth will be destroyed. the waters of the flood are about to come upon the entire world and wipe out everything upon it. Teach Noah how to survive this flood, so that the seed of all future generations of the earth may be preserved." Then God said to Raphael, "Bind the hands and feet of Azazel and cast him into darkness. Open up a place in the desert, in Dudael, and throw him there. Pile sharp and jagged rocks upon him. Cover him completely in darkness, and let him remain there forever. Cover his face so that he cannot see the light. On the great day of judgment, Azazel will be cast into fire. Heal the earth that the angels have destroyed, and restore life to it, so that I may bring it back to life. Let not all the sons of men perish because of all the hidden things that the watchers have revealed and taught to their children. The whole earth has been corrupted through what Azazel taught. Therefore lay all sin upon him." Then God said to Gabriel, "Go forth against the children born of fornication, corruption, and depravity, the offspring of the watchers, and drive them out from among mankind. Bring them out and turn them against one another, so that they destroy themselves. For their days are not many. They will all plead with you, but neither their requests nor those of their fathers will be granted. They hope for eternal life, but each one will live only 500 years. Then God said to Michael, "Announce their crimes to Semyaza and to those who joined with him, those who defiled themselves by uniting with women. When all their sons have slaughtered one another, when they have witnessed the destruction of their loved ones, bind them in the lowest places for 70 generations, until the day of judgment, whose consequence will last forever. In those days they will be sent in torment into the pit of fire. They will be imprisoned for eternity. They will burn and be destroyed together until the end of all generations. Destroy the spirits of all these corrupt ones, the offspring of the watchers, for they have oppressed mankind. Sweep all tyrants from the face of the earth. Put an end to all wickedness, so that the tree of righteousness and truth may appear. Let justice and righteousness flourish in joy forever. Then all the innocent will be delivered from death. They will live until they have fathered 1,000 children. They will complete all the days of their youth and all the days of their old age in peace. In those days all the earth will be worked with righteousness. It will be covered with trees and will be abundant. Pleasant trees and vines of every kind will be planted upon the earth. The vines that are planted will produce wine in great abundance. Every seed that is sown will yield tens of thousands. Each measure of olives will produce many measures of oil. Cleanse the earth of all oppression, all injustice, all sin, and all suffering that is upon it. Tear them out by their roots. Then all the sons of men will be righteous. All nations will offer their devotion to me. They will praise me. They will all worship me. Because the earth will be purified of all corruption, all crime, all punishment, and all pain. I will never again send a flood upon it from generation to generation. In those days I will open the storehouses of blessing in the heavens and send them down upon the labors and the works of the sons of men on earth. Throughout all generations, in every day of the world, the sons of men will dwell in peace and equality. A dream vision, intercession for the angels. Before all of these events took place, Enoch had been hidden away, and no son of man knew where he had gone or what had become of him. All of his activity was bound up with the watchers and the holy ones. I, Enoch, was blessing our great Lord and King of peace. The watchers called me Enoch, the scribe. Then our great Lord called out to me and said, "Enoch, scribe of righteousness, go and speak to the watchers of heaven who abandoned that high and holy eternal dwelling place, who defiled themselves with women and did as the sons of men do, taking them as wives and bringing great corruption upon the earth. Tell them that they will never find peace in this world. Their sins will not be forgiven. They will find no happiness in their children. They will witness the slaughter of their beloved ones. They will mourn the destruction of their sons. And they will plead forever. But no mercy and no peace will be shown to them. Then Enoch went and said to Azazel, "You will find no peace. Great punishment has come upon you, because of the lawlessness you taught, because of every deceptive, corrupt, and wicked thing you showed to the sons of men. You will receive no peace, no mercy, and no intercession." Then I went and spoke to all the watchers. They were all gripped with fear and trembling. They begged me to write a petition on their behalf and to read it before the God of the highest heaven, so that they might be forgiven. Because of the sins that had brought their punishment upon them, they could no longer speak with him, nor could they lift their eyes to heaven. I wrote down their petitions and prayers, their requests for forgiveness and peace. Then I set out and sat by the waters of Dan, in the land of Dan, to the southwest of Hermon. I read their petitions aloud until I fell asleep, and I saw a dream. Visions came over me, visions of wrath and punishment. A voice came and told me to carry this dream to the children of heaven and to warn them. When I awoke, I went to them. They had gathered at Abel's jail, between Lebanon and Senir, weeping with their faces covered. I told them the visions I had seen in my sleep. Then I began to speak words of righteousness to the watchers, those who had abandoned heaven, and to set those words down. This book contains the words of righteousness and the rebuke of the watchers, as commanded by the great God in that vision. What I saw in that vision, I will now tell with the breath of my mouth and with a tongue of flesh. The Most High gave a heart not for speaking, but for understanding. Just as the Most High granted the sons of men the power to understand words of wisdom, so too did he create me and grant me the power to rebuke the watchers, the children of heaven. I said to them, "I have written your petition, and it was shown to me in my vision that your petition will never be granted. From this time forward, judgment has come upon you, and your request will not be fulfilled. You will never again ascend to heaven for all the days of eternity. It has been decreed that you will remain in chains for as long as the world endures. But before all of this, you will watch the destruction of your beloved children. You will not possess them. They will fall before you by the sword. You will not be able to petition for anything concerning yourself or them. You will plead in silence." The vision of the heavenly dwellings. The words of the book I am to write came to me, and a vision appeared before my eyes. Clouds called out to me, a mist drew me in. I was carried forward along the path shown by stars and lightning. The winds lifted me up and carried me into the heavens. I kept rising until I approached a wall built of crystal stones, surrounded on all sides by tongues of fire. Fear began to come over me. I passed through those flames and drew near to a great house built of crystal stones. The walls and the floor of the house were like a mosaic of crystals. Its foundation was crystal as well. Its ceiling was like brilliant stars and flashing lightning, with burning cherubim moving among them. The sky above was as clear as water. A fire burned all around its walls, and its doors were ablaze. I entered that house. It was burning hot and yet freezing cold. There was no sign of life within it. It was desolate and unsettling. Fear covered me, and I began to tremble. In that trembling, I fell face down upon the ground. Then I saw another vision. There was a second house, greater than the first. Every one of its doors stood open before me. It was built entirely of flames, perfect in every way and immense beyond description. Its floor was fire. Above it were lightning bolts and shining stars. Its ceiling, too, was burning fire. As I looked carefully, I saw a high throne within that house. Its appearance was like crystal, and all around it was a brilliance like the shining sun. I heard the voice of the cherubim. From the throne flowed rivers of fire. It was impossible to look upon directly. One of great glory sat upon it. His garment was brighter than the sun and whiter than snow. Such was his majesty and his radiance that no angel could look upon his face. No human could behold him. He was surrounded by fire, and a great fire burned before him. No one near him could draw close. 10,000 times 10,000 beings stood before him, yet he had no need of counsel from any of them. The holy ones at his side never left him, not for a single moment, neither by night nor by day. Until that moment I had been lying face down on the ground, trembling. Then God called to me with his own voice and said, "Come near, Enoch, hear my word." One of the beings there came and lifted me to my feet. We approached the door together, and I bowed my face low. God said to me, "Do not be afraid, righteous Enoch, scribe of righteousness. Come near and hear my words. Go and say to the watchers of heaven, who sent you to intercede for them, you should be interceding for men, not men for you. Why did you leave the high, holy, and eternal heaven and lie with women? You defiled yourselves with the daughters of men and took them as wives. Why did you mix among the sons of men and father giant sons? You were living a high, spiritual, and eternal life. Why did you defile yourselves with the blood of women? Why did you mingle with human blood? Why did you take on what belongs to flesh and blood, as men do? And now they too will die. I gave women to the men of the earth, so that they might conceive and bear children and lack nothing. But you were different from those of the earth. You were originally spirit. You lived eternal life. You were immortal. I gave you no wives, because your place was in the heavens. Now these giants, born of spirit and flesh, will be called evil spirits upon the earth, and the earth will be their dwelling place. Because they were born from men and from watchers, their bodies will serve as vessels for evil spirits. The dwelling place of heavenly spirits is the heavens. The dwelling place of earthly spirits, those born upon the earth, is the earth. The spirits of the giants will bring oppression, corruption, war, and affliction to the earth. They will cause great suffering. They have no need of food, yet they will hunger and thirst and commit crimes. These spirits will oppress the sons of men, especially women, for they came out of them. These giants will die, and their spirits will depart from their bodies. They will continue in this way until the great day of judgment, when their time is complete. On that day, the watchers and the unbelievers will be brought to complete destruction. Now go and say to those watchers, those who once dwelled in the heavens and who sent you here to make their petition known, tell them, yes, you were once in the heavens, but not all secrets had been revealed to you. What you came to know were only worthless things. In your hardness of heart, you taught these things to women, and through those women and men, much evil has been done in the world using those mysteries. Therefore, you will find no peace. The journey, the world, and the abyss. Then they took me away and brought me to a place whose inhabitants were like fire, able to appear as human whenever they wished. They brought me to a dark place and to a mountain whose peak reached up to heaven. Even in its deepest parts, I found a place filled with extraordinary light, stars, and thunder. There was a bow of fire and arrows of fire, a sword of fire, and flashes of lightning. Then they brought me westward to the fire that sees the living waters and every setting of the sun. I came to a river of fire. The fire flowed like water and poured into a great sea to the west. I saw great rivers, and at last I came to a great darkness, a place where no one dwelt. I saw mountains draped in the black clouds of winter, and the place where all the waters run deep. I saw the mouths of all the rivers and the mouth of the deep. Then I saw the place where all the winds are gathered. how with those winds he adorns all of creation and lays the foundations of the earth. I saw the 4 cornerstones of the earth. I saw the 4 winds that hold up the earth and the sky. I saw how the winds stretch out the expanse of heaven. They stood between heaven and earth and were the pillars of the sky. I turned and saw the stars that guide the setting of the sun, and all the other stars, those that carry the clouds across the earth, that govern the orbits of the sun and the stars, and that cause the sky to turn. I saw the paths of the angels. I saw at the ends of the earth the vault of the heavens above. I went south and found a place that burned day and night. There were 7 mountains made of precious stones, 3 facing east and 3 facing south. The easternmost one was made of colored stone, 1 was of pearl, and 1 was of antimony. Those facing south were of red stone, but the mountain in the middle rose up to the heavens like the throne of God. It was made of alabaster, and its summit was of sapphire. And I saw a fire burning upon all the mountains. Beyond these mountains was a place where all the waters gathered. I saw a deep chasm with columns of heavenly fire, and between those columns I saw fires falling without measure in every direction. Beyond that chasm I saw a place that had the heavens above it and a foundation of earth beneath, with no water upon it and no birds. It was a desolate and terrible place. There I saw 7 stars that resembled great burning mountains, rolling in fire. When I asked about them, the angel said to me, "This is the place that will serve as the prison of the stars and of heaven, when heaven and earth come to their end." These stars rolling in fire are those who, at the very beginning of their rising, transgressed the command of God, because they did not come forth at their appointed time. So he was angry with them and bound them here until the hidden year in which the penalty for their sins will be paid. Then Uriel said to me, "The angels who joined themselves with women will stand here. Their spirits, taking on many forms, defile humanity. They will lead mankind astray, and people will offer sacrifices to demons as though they were gods. Those angels will remain here until the great day of judgment. They will be brought to judgment and destroyed, and the women whom those angels led astray will become devourers. Only I, Enoch, saw the vision of the end of all things. No one saw what I saw." The names of the archangels. These are the names of the holy archangels who keep watch. Uriel is one of the archangels. He governs thunder and terror. Raphael is one of the archangels. He governs the spirits of men. Raguel is one of the archangels. He brings punishment upon the world and upon the other luminous stars. Michael is one of the archangels. He governs the virtues of mankind and the nations. Saraquel is one of the archangels. Sarakel is one of the archangels. He governs the spirits of the sons of men who sin. Gabriel is one of the archangels. He governs paradise, the cherubim, and all of creation. Ramiel is one of the archangels. He governs those who rise in rebellion. The journey, the terrible pit. I traveled on and came to a place where nothing had been completed. There I saw something terrible. There was no sky above it and no solid ground beneath, only chaos and dread. There I saw the 7 stars of heaven bound together, like great burning mountains chained to one another. I said, "For what sins have they been bound and brought here?" Uriel, the great archangel who was with me and who presides over them, answered, "Enoch, why do you ask? Why are you so eager to learn the truth? These are the stars that transgressed the command of God. They will remain bound here until the completion of their punishment." I continued on and arrived at a place far more terrible than the one before. A great fire was burning there, and in its center was a vast pit filled with great columns of fire descending downward. I could see neither its height nor its depth, nor could I begin to measure it. I said, "What a terrible place this is! How dreadful to look upon!" The great archangel Uriel, who was with me, answered, "Enoch, why are you so overcome with fear and dread?" I said, "Because of this terrible place and this agonizing sight." He said, "This is the prison of the angels. They will be imprisoned here forever." The 4 hollow places. From there I moved on to another place, a mountain made of hard rock. Deep within it were 4 vast hollows, wide, perfectly smooth, and very deep. How smooth, how deep, and how dark those hollows were. Raphael, one of the archangels who stood with us, said, "These hollows were made so that the spirits of the souls of all the dead might be gathered here, that all the souls of the sons of men might remain in these places until the day of their judgment, until their appointed time, until the great judgment comes upon them." Then I heard the groaning of a dead man, and his voice reached up to heaven. I asked Raphael, who was with me, "Whose spirit is this? Whose voice rises to heaven in such anguish?" He answered, "This is the spirit of Abel, who was slain by his brother Cain. He will continue to bring his complaint until Cain's offspring is wiped from the face of the earth, and his seed disappears entirely from among men." Then I asked about all those hollows, why each one was separated from the others. He answered, "These 3 separate divisions are for separating the spirits of the dead. One hollow was made for the spirits of the righteous. Inside that hollow there is water and light. Another hollow is for sinners who died and were buried, those who were not brought to judgment during their lifetimes. Their spirits will be set apart here. They will be held in great suffering until the great day of judgment, punishment, and torment. This has existed since the beginning of this world. God will imprison their spirits here for punishment. And there is this other division. It is for those who make their cries and raise their lament, those who were slain in the time of the sinners. A separate place was made for those who were not righteous, for those who joined with sinners and shared in their crimes. On the day of judgment, their spirits will not be destroyed, but neither will they be brought out from this place. Then I blessed the Most High God and said, "Blessed are you, my great and holy Lord, God of righteousness, who governs all things forever." The fires of heaven's lights. From there I went westward to another place, to the ends of the earth, and I saw a fire that never ceased burning. It did not pause by night or by day. It burned on without stopping. I asked, "What is this thing that never rests?" The great archangel Raguel, who was with me, answered, "The fire you see burning in the west is the fire that pursues all the lights of heaven." The 7 mountains of the northwest and the tree of life. From there I traveled to another place and saw a range of mountains made entirely of burning fire that blazed night and day. I drew near and saw 7 magnificent mountains, each one different from the others. Their stones were brilliant and beautiful, their forms were glorious, and their surfaces were splendid. 3 of them rose one upon another facing east, and 3 rose one upon another facing south. Deep and winding valleys ran between them, none of which joined with another. The 7th mountain stood in the middle, taller than all the rest, rising up like a throne. All around it grew fragrant trees, and among them was one tree whose scent I had never known before. It was unlike any tree in that place. Its leaves, its blossoms, and its bark never withered. Its fruit was beautiful and resembled a date. I said, "What a beautiful tree this is, a joy to look upon. Its leaves are lovely and its fruit appears wonderful." Michael, the great and glorious archangel who stood with me, the one who presides over them, answered me. He said, "Enoch, why do you ask about the fragrance of this tree? Why do you wish to learn the truth?" I, Enoch, answered him, I wish to know everything, but especially about this tree." He replied, "This high mountain, whose summit rises like the throne of God, is the place where the great and glorious God, the eternal King, will sit when he descends to visit the earth in goodness. Until the great day of judgment, no human being will be permitted to touch this beautiful, fragrant tree. But when all things have received their recompense, and all has been established forever, this tree will be given to the righteous and to the chosen. Its fruit will be food and life for the chosen. It will be transplanted to the holy place, northward, toward the house of the great King. Then the righteous and the chosen will rejoice and be glad, and they will enter that holy place. The fragrance of that tree will fill their bones with life. They will live a long life upon the earth, just as your fathers did. In those days no sorrow, no sickness, no grief, and no suffering will come near them." At that moment I blessed the Most High God, the Eternal King, for he had prepared that tree for the holy ones and had set it aside to give to them. A remarkable discovery, the center of the earth. From there, I went to the center of the earth and looked upon a blessed and fruitful place. There were branches growing and spreading outward from a tree that had been planted there, and I saw a great mountain. To the east, beneath the mountain, a stream of water flowed southward. To the east, I saw another mountain, higher than the first. Between the two ran a deep and narrow valley through which a current of water flowed. To the west was yet another mountain, lower than the first two, and between those two mountains lay another valley. Beyond the farthest edges of those three mountains were other deep and dry valleys. All the valleys were deep and narrow and covered with hard rock. There were no trees upon them at all. I stared at those rocks and that valley in astonishment. I was utterly amazed. I said, "What is the purpose of this cursed valley lying between all this blessed land covered in trees?" The great archangel Uriel, who was with me, answered, "This cursed valley is for those who will be cursed forever. Here will be gathered all those who speak unseemly words against God, all those who speak with arrogance against His glory. Here they will be assembled, and here their judgment will take place. In the last days, a judgment will be carried out against them in the presence of the righteous. Those upon whom mercy is shown will bless God, the Eternal King, throughout all their days, and on the days of their judgment they will bless Him for the mercy shown to them. Then I blessed the Most High God and spoke to Him. I praised His glory." The journey east. From there I went eastward into the midst of a mountain range in the desert and saw nothing but a plain. It was desolate, yet covered with trees and plants. Water poured down upon it from above and flowed powerfully toward the northwest, producing clouds and dew on every side. From there I went to another place in the desert and drew near to the eastern part of the mountain range. There I saw trees of frankincense and myrrh, unlike any other trees. Above and nearby, the eastern mountains were visible. I continued further east and came upon yet another place, a valley full of water. There I saw a very beautiful tree, whose fragrance was like that of a mastic tree. Along the edges of those valleys, I saw fragrant cinnamon. I pressed on eastward and saw more mountains, and between them were orchards of trees. From those trees flowed a sweet resin called saron and galbanum. Beyond those mountains, toward the far east at the ends of the earth, I saw another mountain covered in trees that bore hard fruits resembling almonds. The fragrance of those fruits was sweeter than any other scent. Then I looked northward over the mountains and saw 7 mountains covered with Indian nard, fragrant trees, cinnamon, and pepper. I climbed to the summits of all those mountains. I passed over the Erythraean Sea and went far beyond. I passed over the angel Zotiel and arrived at the Garden of Righteousness. Beyond those trees I saw many large and magnificent fragrant trees growing there, and I saw the tree of knowledge, whose fruit, when eaten, grants great wisdom. Its height was like that of a fir tree. Its leaves resembled those of the carob tree. Its fruit hung like clusters of grapes and was exceedingly beautiful. The fragrance of the tree spread far and wide. I said, "How beautiful this tree is! How magnificent its appearance!" The great archangel Raphael, who was with me, answered, "This is the tree of knowledge. Your ancient father and mother ate of its fruit before you and gained wisdom." Yes, their eyes were opened. They became aware that they were naked, and for this reason they were driven out of the garden. The ends of the earth. From there I went to the very ends of the earth. Everything there was different from everything else. I saw great creatures, and I saw birds of different forms, beauty, and voices from one another. To the east of those creatures I saw the ends of the earth, where the heavens stretched above and the gates of heaven stood open. I watched the movements of the stars of the sky. I counted the gates through which they emerged and wrote down all their exits. The angel Uriel, who was with me, showed me everything, and I recorded their numbers, their names, their connections, their positions, their times, and their months. He showed me all things and set them down for me. I also wrote their names, their laws, and their arrangements. The journey north. From there I traveled north toward the ends of the earth, and at the farthest reaches of all the world I saw something great and magnificent. There I saw 3 gates standing open in the heavens. Through them the north winds pass, and when those winds blow, cold, hail, frost, snow, dew, and rain come upon the earth. When the wind blows through one of those windows, it blows for good. But when it blows through the other 2 gates, it blows with great force and brings violence and hardship upon the earth. From there I went westward to the ends of the earth and saw 3 more open windows, passages and gates similar to those I had seen in the east. Then I went south to the ends of the earth and saw 3 more open gates of heaven. From these came dew, rain, and wind. From there I went east to the far reaches of the heavens and saw 3 more gates open toward the east, with smaller gates above them. Through each of those smaller gates, the stars of heaven passed, moving westward along the path appointed for them. Every time I looked upon these things, I blessed the Most High God without ceasing. He who has made all these great and magnificent works, and who shows the splendor of his works and his creation to the angels and to the souls of men, so that they might praise him and bless him forever. The second book, the story of the Son of Man. The son of Adam, the son of Seth, the son of Enosh, the son of Kenan, the son of Mahalalel, the son of Jared. This is the second vision of wisdom seen by Enoch. This is the beginning of the words of wisdom that I set out to tell to those who dwell in this world. Hear these words, you ancient ones, and you who come after them. See what I am about to declare before the God of spirits. It would have been better to reveal these things to the fathers alone, but we will not withhold the beginning of wisdom from the new generations either. The God of spirits has given no one such wisdom until this day. I received this knowledge through the power of my understanding, by the will of the God of spirits, who has granted me eternal life. 3 parables were shown to me, and I began to share them with those who dwell upon the earth. The first parable, the judgment of the wicked. When the congregation of the righteous appears, sinners will be judged for their sins and driven from the face of the earth. When the one who is righteous, who carries out all his deeds in faithfulness to the God of spirits, appears before the eyes of the righteous, light will be seen by the faithful and the chosen upon the earth. Then where will the place of the sinners be? And where will those who denied the God of spirits find rest? It would have been better for them had they never been born. When the secrets of the righteous are revealed, when sinners are judged, and when the godless are driven away from the presence of the righteous and the chosen, those who hold power over the earth will no longer be mighty and exalted. they will not be able to lift their eyes to the faces of the holy ones. For the God of spirits will have shed his light upon the holy ones, the righteous, and the chosen. Then the mighty kings will be destroyed. They will be delivered into the hands of the righteous and the chosen, and because their lives will have come to their end, from that time forward, not one of them will be able to seek mercy from the God of spirits. The dwelling of the righteous. In those days, the chosen and the holy race will descend from heaven, and their seed will be united with the seed of the sons of men. In those days, Enoch received the books of wrath, fury, turmoil, and banishment. And the God of spirits said, "No mercy will be shown to them." Then a cloud took me away from the earth, and the wind carried me to the edge of the heavens. There I saw another vision. I saw the dwelling places of the holy ones and the resting places of the righteous. There my eyes saw the places where the faithful angels dwell, and the resting places of the holy ones. Men were making petitions, praying and interceding on behalf of the sons of men, and righteousness flowed before them like water upon the earth, and mercy like dew, and they will continue to do this forever. There my eyes saw the chosen one of righteousness and of faith. I saw his dwelling place under the wings of the God of spirits. In his days righteousness will reign. The righteous and the chosen will be before the God of spirits in eternal and numberless multitude. Before him, all the righteous and the chosen will stand as strong as fiery lights. Their mouths will be filled with blessing. Their lips will praise the name of the God of spirits, and righteousness before him will never cease. How I wished I could have remained there. My spirit longed for that place. My ancestors had been there before me, for such was my standing before the God of spirits. In those days I blessed and glorified the name of the God of gods with words of praise, for he had granted me the gift of praising and glorifying him. For a long time my eyes gazed upon that place. I blessed the God of spirits, saying, "Blessed from everlasting to everlasting. There is no end to him." He knew what the world was before it was created, what it would become, and what it would be from generation to generation. Those who never sleep bless you. Your glory stands before them. They bless you, they praise you and exalt you. Great is the God of spirits. He fills the world with spirits. There my eyes saw those who never sleep. They stand before him and bless him. Blessed are you. The name of God is blessed forever. And my face was transformed until I could no longer see. The four angels. Then I saw countless thousands upon tens of thousands standing before the God of spirits. On the four sides of the God of spirits I saw four different spirits, and I learned their names. The angel who was with me told me their names and revealed their secrets to me. I heard the voices of those four beings offering praises before the Most High God. The first voice blessed the God of spirits forever. The second voice praised the Chosen One, the one bound to the God of spirits, the Chosen One who suffers for the God of spirits. The third voice prayed for those who dwell upon the earth and made petitions before the God of spirits on their behalf. The fourth voice that I heard was keeping the adversaries at bay, preventing them from coming before the God of spirits and from accusing those who dwell upon the earth. Then I asked the angel of peace who was with me and who had shown me all the hidden things, "Who are these four beings whose voices I heard and whose words I wrote down?" He said to me, "The first is the great Michael, merciful and long-suffering. The second is Raphael, who governs all the diseases and wounds of the sons of men. The third is the great Gabriel, who governs all powers. And the fourth is Phanuel, who governs the repentance and the hope of those who will inherit eternal life. These are the 4 angels of the Most High God, and these are the 4 voices I heard. The secrets of heaven. After this, I saw the secrets of the heavens, how the kingdom is divided, and how the deeds of men are weighed in the balance. There I saw the dwelling places of the chosen and the holy ones. My eyes watched as the sinners, those who deny the name of the God of spirits, were driven out from that place. They are dragged away because of the punishment of the God of spirits, and there is no rest for them. There my eyes saw the secrets of the lightning and the thunder, the secrets of the winds, how they are divided to blow upon the earth, and the secrets of the clouds and the dew, where they come from, and how they nourish the soil of the earth. There I saw sealed chambers from which the winds are distributed, the chamber of hail and of winds, the chamber of mist and of clouds, and the cloud that has hovered over the earth since the day of its creation. I saw the chambers of the sun and of the moon, where the months go forth and where they pour themselves out. I saw their extraordinary cycles, how one is more magnificent than the other, their fixed orbits, how they never deviate from those orbits, how they neither add to nor subtract from their courses, how they are bound to one another and held steady in their paths. The sun goes out first and travels its course according to the command of the God of spirits. His name is mighty forever. Then I saw the hidden and open orbit of the moon. Before the God of spirits, the moon moves through those orbits by day and night, which are opposite to one another. The sun and the moon give thanks and offer praise to God without ceasing, for their giving of thanks is their rest. The radiant sun sometimes brings changes that are favorable, and sometimes changes that bring destruction. The orbit of the moon brings light to the righteous and darkness to the sinners. God, who separates light from darkness, has also separated the souls of men from one another. He strengthens the souls of the righteous through his own justice. No angel and no other power can stand against this. He appoints a judge for all, and the judge he appoints renders judgment over all things before him. Wisdom could find no place where she might dwell, and so a dwelling was given to her in the heavens. She came to make her home among the sons of men, but found no dwelling place. Wisdom returned to her former place and took her seat among the angels. Then unrighteousness came forward. She found what she had not sought, and settled in among them, like rain in the desert and dew upon parched ground. Then I saw another glorious thing, the stars of heaven. I saw how he calls them each by name. I heard his voice, and I saw how they are weighed in perfect balance according to their light, the breadth of their stations, the days of their appearing, and the courses of their orbits.
He was creating glory, and these were being transformed into angels and into men. I asked the angel who was with me, the one who had shown me all the secrets, "What are these?" He said, "The God of spirits has shown you a vision of them. These are the names of the holy ones who dwell upon the earth and who believe in the name of the God of spirits forever." Another thing I saw in connection with that glory. Some of the stars were rising and becoming brilliance, and they left no trace behind them. The second parable, the fate of the righteous. This is the second parable concerning the dwelling place of the holy ones and the fate of those who deny the name of the God of spirits. They will neither ascend into heaven nor walk upon the earth. Such will be the fate of the sinners who deny the name of the God of spirits, and who therefore await the day of suffering and grief. On that day, the Chosen One will sit upon his glorious throne. He will examine the deeds of men, and there will be countless dwelling places for them. When their souls see my Chosen One and speak his glorious name, those souls will be strengthened in those places. On that day, I will seat my Chosen One among them. I will transform the heavens and bless them and make them an eternal light. I will also transform the face of the earth and bless it, and I will seat my chosen ones upon it. But sinners and wrongdoers will not set foot there. I have satisfied the righteous with peace and set them before me. But a judgment awaits the sinners before me, so that I may wipe them from the face of the earth.
The Ancient One and the Son of Man.
There I saw the Ancient One. His head was white as wool. Beside him stood another whose face resembled the face of a man. His face was exceedingly beautiful, like the face of one of the holy angels. I asked one of the angels who was with me and who had shown me all the secrets, "Who is that man? Where does he come from? And why does he stand beside the Ancient One?" He answered, "This is the Son of Man who is righteous. Righteousness dwells within him. He reveals all the hidden treasures, for the God of spirits has chosen him for this purpose. His community stands above all others before the God of spirits forever. The one you see will shake the dwelling places of kings and the thrones of the powerful. He will loosen the grip of the mighty and break the teeth of sinners. He will cast kings down from their thrones and from their kingdoms, for they do not praise and bless him, and they do not humbly acknowledge the source from which their kingship was given to them. He will cast down the faces of the strong and fill them with shame. Their dwelling places will be in darkness, and their beds will be worms. They will have no hope of rising from those beds, for they do not praise the name of the God of spirits. They are those who lift their hands against the Most High and who trample upon the world that sustains them. All their deeds are unrighteousness, and their power comes from their wealth. They trust in what their hands have made and deny the name of the God of spirits. They will certainly be driven out from the dwelling places of his congregation and from the sanctuaries of those who believe in the name of the God of spirits. In those days, the nature and the blood of the righteous will rise up before the God of spirits. In those days, the holy ones who dwell in heaven will speak with one voice. In the name of the blood of the righteous, and in the name of their prayers, they will make supplication, pray and praise, and bless the name of the God of spirits, that the prayer of the righteous may not be in vain, that they may not be judged, and that they may not suffer forever. In those days, I saw the Ancient One seated upon his divine throne. The book of the living was opened before him, and before all his congregation, before those who stood around, and before him in heaven. The hearts of the holy ones were filled with joy, for the number of the righteous had been presented. Their prayers had been heard, and the God of spirits praised the blood of the righteous. In that place I saw the eternal fountain of righteousness. Around it were many fountains of wisdom. All who thirst drank from them and were filled with wisdom. They dwelt among the righteous, the holy ones, and the chosen. At that hour the Son of Man was called before the God of spirits. His name was spoken before the Ancient One. Yes, before the sun and the constellations were created, before the stars of heaven were made, his name was spoken before the God of spirits. He will be a staff for the righteous to lean upon, so they do not fall. He will be the light of the nations and the hope of those whose hearts are troubled. All who dwell upon the earth will bow down before him, bless him, and praise him, and they will sing hymns to him in the name of the God of spirits. For this purpose he was chosen and hidden before the world was created, and he will be before him forever. The God of spirits has revealed the wisdom of the Lord of spirits to the righteous and the holy, for he preserves the congregation of the righteous. The righteous have despised and rejected this world of unrighteousness, and in the name of the God of spirits they have hated all its works and all its ways. For in his name they will be saved, and his will shall be their life. In those days the kings of the earth and those who hold dominion over it will bow their faces in shame because of the works of their hands. On the day of calamity and distress, their souls will not be saved. I will deliver them into the hands of my chosen one. As straw burns in fire, so will their faces burn in the presence of the righteous. As lead sinks in water, so will they sink before the righteous, and no trace of them will remain. On the day of their destruction, there will be peace upon the earth. Before him they will fall and not rise again. There will be no one to take them by the hand and lift them up, for they have denied the God of spirits and his Messiah. Before him, wisdom is poured out like water. His glory is without end. He is mighty in all the secrets of righteousness. Unrighteousness will pass away like a shadow. It will not endure. For the chosen one stands before the God of spirits. His glory is eternal, and his power endures through all generations. In him dwells the spirit of wisdom, the spirit of understanding and power, the living spirit of those who sleep in righteousness. He will judge hidden things. No one will be able to speak a single false word before him, for he is the chosen one before the God of spirits, according to his own will. In those days, the holy ones and the chosen will undergo a transformation. The light of the Ancient of Days will rise upon them. Glory and honor will return to them. On the day of calamity, the adversary will have gathered together with the sinners, but the righteous will triumph in the name of the God of spirits. This will be shown to the others, so that they may repent and abandon what they have done. They will have no honor before the God of spirits, but they will be saved through his name, and the God of spirits will show them mercy. For his mercy is great, and he is righteous in his judgment. Unrighteousness cannot sustain itself before the splendor of his glory. Those who do not repent will perish before him. I will show them no more mercy, says the God of spirits. In those days, the earth will give back what has been entrusted to it from the womb. Hell will return what it owes, and destruction will restore what it has held. In those days, he will select from among them the righteous and the holy, for the day of their salvation has come. The chosen one will sit upon his throne in those days, and all the secrets of wisdom will pour forth from his mouth, for the God of spirits has given those secrets to him and has honored him. In those days, the mountains will leap like rams, and the hills will skip like lambs satisfied with milk. The faces of the angels in heaven will be bright with joy, for the chosen one will have appeared in those days. The earth will rejoice. Righteousness will reign upon it. The chosen will walk upon it. The mountains of metal. After those days, in the place where I had seen all the hidden visions, I was caught up in a whirlwind and carried westward. There my eyes saw all the secrets of the heavens and everything that exists upon the earth. A mountain of iron, a mountain of copper, a mountain of silver, a mountain of gold, a mountain of soft metal, and a mountain of lead. I asked the angel who was with me, "What are these things I see in this vision?" He said, "What you see, all of these, exist so that the dominion of his Messiah may be powerful and effective in the world." Then the angel of peace said to me, "Wait a little while, and all the secrets that the God of spirits has decreed will be shown to you. Those mountains you saw, the mountain of iron, the mountain of copper, the mountain of silver, the mountain of gold, the mountain of soft metal, and the mountain of lead, all of them before the chosen one will be like wax before fire, and like water poured down from above. They will be powerless at his feet. In those days, no one will be able to save himself by gold or silver. No one will escape. There will be no iron for war, and no armor to wear. Metal will be useless. Tin will be of no value, and lead will not be desired. All these things will be swept away and destroyed from the face of the earth when the chosen one appears before the God of spirits. The deep valley. There I saw a great open chasm, deep and wide. All who dwell in the sea and on the islands will bring gifts and offerings to it, but that deep valley will offer them nothing in return. They commit crimes with their own hands. Everything they do is consumed by wrongdoing. They are sinners. They will be destroyed before the God of spirits and driven from the face of the earth forever. I went further and saw the angels of punishment preparing every kind of instrument for the adversary. I asked the angel of peace who was with me, "For whom are they preparing these weapons?" He said to me, "They are preparing these for the kings and the powerful of this world, so that they may be destroyed by them. When the congregation of the chosen and the righteous appears, they will no longer be hindered in the name of the God of spirits. These mountains will become like earth before him, and the hills like flowing springs, and the righteous will be freed from the oppression of sinners." The chains of judgment. I looked and turned to another part of the earth and saw a deep valley burning with fire. They brought the kings and the powerful and cast them into that deep valley. There my eyes saw the forging of chains of iron beyond all measure and weight. I asked the angel of peace who was with me, "For whom are these chains being prepared?" He said, "These are being prepared for the hosts of Azazel, to seize them and cast them into the lowest pit of the abyss. Their jaws will be covered with rough stones, as the God of spirits has commanded. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Phanuel will seize them on that great day and cast them into the burning fire, so that the God of spirits may take vengeance upon them for their unrighteousness, for their service to the adversary, and for leading those who dwell upon the earth astray. In those days punishment will come from the God of spirits. The reservoirs of water above the heavens and the fountains of water beneath the earth will be opened, and the waters will join with the waters. The waters above the heavens are male, and the waters beneath the earth are female. And then all who dwell upon the earth and all who live beneath the far reaches of heaven will be destroyed. By this means they will come to know the unrighteousness they committed upon the earth, and by this means they will perish." Then the Ancient One repented and said, "I have destroyed all who dwell upon the earth in vain." And he swore by his great name, "From this time forward I will not do this to all who dwell upon the earth. I will set a sign in the heavens, and it will be a token of faithfulness between me and them for as long as heaven and earth endure. This is in accordance with my command. When I wish to seize them by the hand of the angels on the day of affliction and suffering, my wrath and my punishment will come upon them. You mighty kings who dwell upon the earth, you will be made to watch my chosen one sit upon the throne of his glory and judge Azazel and all his companions and all his allies in the name of the God of spirits. They will enter into it, and their end will come. Hell will consume the sinners in the presence of the chosen." After this, I saw certain chariots coming with men upon them, arriving from the east and from the west, on a wind blowing from the southeast. The sound of those chariots was great and thunderous. When all this turmoil broke out, the holy ones in the heavens took notice. The pillars of the earth were shaken once more, and the sound of that shaking was heard from one end of heaven to the other. All of them fell and bowed down before the God of spirits. The third parable. Blessed are you, holy ones and chosen, for your destiny is glorious. The holy ones will dwell in the light of the sun, and the chosen in the light of eternal life. The days of their lives will be without end, and the days of the holy ones will be without number. They will seek out light and find righteousness with the God of spirits. There will be peace for the holy ones in the name of the eternal God. After this, it will be said to the holy ones in heaven, "Seek out the secrets of righteousness and the inheritance of faith, for the world has blazed like the sun, and darkness has passed away. There will be a light that never ends and days that never cease. The light will be strong before the God of spirits, and the light of righteousness will endure forever before the God of spirits." In those days, my eyes saw the secrets of the lightning and the luminaries and the judgments they carry out. They flash to bless and to curse according to the decree of the God of spirits. There I heard the secrets of the thunder and how its voice reverberates across the heavens. I was also shown the things that happen upon the earth. By the will of the God of spirits, thunder serves both for peace and blessing and for a curse. After this, all the secrets of the lights and the lightning that flash for goodness and for the flourishing of creation were revealed to me. I saw that they exist for blessing and for abundance. The vision of the Ancient One. In the 500th year, in the 7th month, on the 14th day of the month, during the lifetime of Enoch, I saw in that parable how the heaven of heavens was shaken with tremendous force. The host of the Most High, angels, holy ones, thousands upon tens of thousands of beings, trembled in great agitation. Then I saw the Ancient One sitting upon his glorious throne. The angels and the holy ones stood around him, and a great trembling and fear seized me. My back bent and gave way, my knees buckled, and I fell face down upon the ground. Then Michael, one of the holy archangels, a holy and exalted angel, appeared. When that angel lifted me up, my spirit returned to me, for I had not been able to endure the sight of that host and that trembling and shaking of heaven. Michael said to me, "Why were you so troubled by this vision? His mercy has endured until this day. He has always been merciful and patient toward those who dwell upon the earth. But when the day comes, the day of punishment, penalty, and judgment that the God of spirits has prepared for those who do not worship the righteous law, who deny the righteous judgment, and who take his name upon their lips in vain. That day will be a day of covenant for the chosen, and a day of testing for sinners. When the punishment sent by the God of spirits finds them, it will remain upon them so that the punishment of the God of spirits does not go to waste. That punishment will kill children together with their mothers and their fathers, the two great beasts. On that same day, two monsters will be separated to serve as food. The female of the two will be called Leviathan, and she will dwell in the depths of the seas, above the springs of the waters. The male will bear the name Behemoth. He moves upon his chest and possesses a ferocity that cannot be seen. His dwelling place is a wilderness to the east of the garden, a place called Dendane, where the righteous and the chosen dwell, where lived the grandfather who was the 7th generation from Adam, the first man God created. I asked the other angel to tell me about the power of those monsters, how they were separated on a single day, one placed in the depths of the seas and the other settled in the desert. The angel said to me, "You are a son of man. You wish to know what is a mystery." The angel of peace, who was with me then, said, "These two monsters have been prepared for the great day of God. They will be eaten as food on that day. Children will be killed alongside their mothers and sons alongside their fathers, and the punishment of the God of spirits will continue. That punishment will not be in vain, and at the end of it all, there will be judgment with mercy." The secrets of heaven and earth. Then another angel spoke with me and showed me what the first and last mysteries are, above the heavens and beneath the depths of the earth, at the far reaches of heaven and at the very foundation of heaven. He showed me the windows of the winds, how the winds are divided and how they are weighed, and how the windows of the winds are understood according to the force of each wind. He showed me the individual power of the lights and of the moonlight, and described the names of the star clusters and how all the clusters are divided. He spoke of the thunders according to where they fall, of all the lightning groups that produce light, and of the assemblies they obey. The thunder has resting places where it waits to arise. Thunder and lightning are inseparable. They do not move in the same breath, and yet they never part from one another. When the lightning flashes, the thunder sounds, and during that sound, a single breath divides them and splits them equally.
The sources of the thunder are as many as the grains of sand. In its sounding, it is pulled back like something held by a rein and then flung forward according to the terrain of the earth. The spirit of the sea is all-powerful and mighty. With its strength, it holds the sea in check, and in the same way drives it forward and spreads it among the mountains of the earth. The spirit of the frost is its own angel, and it is a good angel. The spirit of snow departs from its storehouse with great power. There is a special spirit within it, and from it something rises like smoke. Its name is frost. The spirit of mist does not remain with the others. It has its own storehouse, for its course is remarkable, both in light and in darkness, both in winter and in summer. Its storehouse is radiant, and within it is an angel. The spirit of dew dwells at the far reaches of heaven. It is connected to the storehouses of rain. It continues its journey both in winter and in summer. Its clouds and its mist clouds are linked to one another and exchange with one another. When the spirit of rain goes out from its storehouse, angels come, open the storehouse, and release it. When the rain spreads across the whole earth, it joins with the waters already on the earth. For the waters are for those who dwell upon the earth. They are the nourishment that the Most High in the heavens gives to the ground. This is why a fixed measure is set for rain, and the angels are responsible for it. I saw all these things as I was drawing near to the garden of the righteous, the judgment of the chosen, and the measuring of paradise. In those days, the angels were given long measuring cords. They spread their wings and flew away toward the north. I asked the angel, "Why did they take those measuring cords and go?" He said to me, "They went to measure." And the angel who was with me said, "They will measure the dwelling places of the righteous and the bonds between them, so that they may dwell in peace in the name of the God of spirits forever. Those measures will be given to faith and will strengthen righteousness. Those measures will reveal all the hidden things in the depths of the earth. Those who were destroyed by the desert, devoured by wild beasts, or eaten by the fish of the sea, let them return and stand there on the day of the chosen one. For no one will be destroyed before the God of spirits, and no one can be destroyed." Then all who dwell above the heavens received a command. A single power, a single voice, and a single light like fire were given to them. With their words they first blessed, glorified, and honored the chosen one with wisdom. They gave wisdom through words and through the breath of life. The God of spirits seated the chosen one upon his throne of glory, and so he will judge all the deeds of the holy ones in heaven. Their deeds will be weighed in the balance. When he turns and judges their hidden works in the name of the God of spirits, by his word and through his righteous judgment, then all will speak with one voice and bless, honor, and exalt the name of the God of spirits. Then the entire heavenly host, all the holy ones above, all of God's congregation, the cherubim, the seraphim, and the ophanim, all the angels of power, all the angels of dominion, the chosen one, and the other powers upon the earth and over the waters, will all be called together. On that day, they will all speak with one voice. With the spirit of faith, with the spirit of wisdom and patience, with the spirit of mercy, with the spirit of judgment and peace, and with the spirit of goodness, they will bless, praise, and honor God. Yes, with a single voice they will say, "Blessed is he, and blessed be his name forever, the name of the God of spirits." All those who never sleep in heaven will bless him. All the holy ones in heaven will bless him. All the chosen who dwell in the garden of life, all the spirits of light who are able to bless, honor, and exalt, they will honor and bless your holy name forever.
For the mercy and patience of the God of spirits is great, and he has revealed to the holy ones and the chosen everything he has made and created. The accusation of kings and rulers. God commanded the kings, the powerful, the nobles, and those who dwell upon the earth, saying, "Open your eyes and lift up your faces, if you are able to recognize the chosen one. The God of spirits has taken his seat upon his glorious throne. The spirit of righteousness was poured out upon the chosen one. The words that go forth from his mouth will destroy all sinners. All the ungodly will perish before him. On that day, all the kings, the powerful, the nobles, and those who hold dominion over the earth will rise to their feet. They will see how he sits upon his glorious throne, how the holy ones are judged with righteousness before him, and how no false word is spoken in his presence, for it is in vain. A pain will come upon them, like the pain of a woman in the anguish of labor, straining to bring forth a son who has come to her lips. When a woman sees her son upon his glorious throne, they will look at one another. They will tremble and bow their heads, and a great anguish will cover them. The mighty kings and those who hold dominion over the earth will bless, honor, and praise him who has ruled over all and who was hidden until now. Yes, the Son of Man was hidden from the beginning. The Most High kept him in the presence of his own power and revealed him only to the chosen. On that day, the congregation of the holy ones and the chosen will stand before him. All the mighty kings, the nobles, and those who rule the earth will bow their heads before this Son of Man. They will fall down in worship before him and place their hope in him, pleading and begging for mercy. But the God of spirits will press down upon them so heavily that they will be driven away from the presence of the chosen one. Their faces will be filled with shame, and their countenances will be covered in darkness. The angels of punishment will take them away to exact vengeance, for they oppressed his children and his chosen ones. The holy ones and the chosen will witness this. They will rejoice at what they see, for the wrath of the God of spirits will rest upon those kings, and the sword of the God of spirits will be drunk with their blood. The holy ones and the chosen will be saved on that day. They will never again look upon the faces of sinners and lawbreakers. The God of spirits will dwell over them. They will live with this Son of Man forever, eating and lying down and rising together. The holy ones and the chosen will be lifted up. Their heads will no longer be bowed. They will be clothed in the garment of life that comes from the God of spirits. That garment of life comes from the God of spirits and will never wear out. Your light before the God of spirits will never be extinguished. The confession of the kings. In those days, the mighty kings who hold dominion over the earth will beg the angels of punishment, to whom they have been handed over, for a brief moment of rest, so that they may fall down before the God of spirits and confess their sins. They will bless and glorify the God of spirits and say, "Blessed is the God of spirits, God of kings, God of the powerful, God of rulers, God of glory, and God of wisdom. He will illuminate every hidden thing. Your power rules over all generations. Your glory is eternal. Your mysteries are deep and beyond counting. Your justice cannot be questioned. Now we know that we ought to have praised and blessed him, the God of spirits, the King of kings. And we will say, who will give us the opportunity to praise him, to give thanks, to bless him, and to confess our faith? Now we desire a little rest, but we cannot obtain what we desire. We are driven away and condemned. Our light has come to its end, and our dwelling place is in darkness forever. For we did not believe in him and did not honor the name of the King of kings. In all our works we did not praise God.
In the arrogance of our kingdoms and in the glory of our pride, we put our trust. On our day of testing and calamity, He did not save us. We find no opportunity now to believe that our God is faithful in all His works, in all His judgments, and in all His righteousness, and that His judgments are without partiality. We are being driven from His presence because of our deeds. All our sins are truly without number.
They will say among themselves, "Our souls are full of crime, and we are going into the fierce flames of hell." Then their faces will be covered in darkness and shame before the Son of Man, and they will be driven from His presence at the point of a sword. And the God of spirits said, "This is the verdict and the judgment upon the powerful, the kings, the nobles, and those who hold dominion over the earth, rendered before the God of spirits." Concerning the fallen angels, in that hidden place I also saw other faces. I heard the voice of an angel. These are the angels who descended from heaven to earth, those who revealed hidden things to the sons of men, who led them astray and caused them to sin. The prophecies of Enoch, Noah's vision. In those days, Noah saw that the earth was submerged in water and that destruction was near. He departed from that place and went to the ends of the earth. He called out to his grandfather Enoch with a bitter voice 3 times. "Hear me, hear me, hear me!" He said to him, "Tell me what is being poured out upon the earth, and why the earth is in such a terrible state and shaking. For I fear I too will be destroyed along with it." There was great turmoil upon the earth. A voice was heard from the heavens, and Noah fell face down upon the ground. Then his grandfather Enoch came and stood beside him and said, "Why have you cried out to me with such anguish and grief? A command has come from God to all who dwell upon the earth. Their end is near. They have learned all the secrets of the angels, all the wickedness of the adversaries, all their hidden powers, the powers of those who practice sorcery, and the powers of those who cast molten images throughout the whole earth. They learned how silver is drawn out of the earth, though lead and tin, unlike silver, are not obtained from the earth in the same way. There is a spring that produces them, and an angel stands at that spring. That angel is extraordinary. After this, my grandfather Enoch took me by the hand, lifted me up, and said, "I asked the God of spirits about the state of the world. Their judgment has been rendered because of their unrighteousness, and that judgment will never be reversed. The earth and those who dwell upon it will be destroyed because of the sorcery they have sought out and learned. There will never be any refuge for them, for they have revealed what was hidden, and they will be judged. But as for you, my son, the God of spirits knows that you are pure and blameless of these offenses connected to these secrets. He has planned for your name to be among the holy ones. He will protect you among those who dwell upon the earth. He will give strength and glory to your righteous offspring, and your offspring will become an eternal fountain for the righteous and the holy." Then he showed me the angels of punishment who were coming to release all the power of the waters beneath the earth, prepared to bring judgment and destruction upon all who dwell on earth. But the God of spirits commanded those angels not to raise the waters, but to hold them back, for those angels governed the power of the waters. Then I departed from the presence of Enoch. God's word to Noah. In those days the voice of God reached me. He said, "Noah, there is no wrongdoing in your life. Your life is a life of love and righteousness. And now the angels are building a vessel of wood. When they have finished their work, I will place my hand upon it and protect it. From it, the seed of life will go forth. I will bring about a change so that the earth does not remain empty. I will strengthen your offspring forever and scatter those who live with you across the whole earth. Your offspring will be blessed upon the earth in the name of God and will multiply. And God will shut those angels who showed unrighteousness into the burning valley among the mountains of gold, silver, iron, soft metal, and tin, the valley that my grandfather Enoch had earlier shown me in the west. I saw that valley, and there was a great shaking on land and in the sea. As all this took place, a smell of sulfur rose from that fiery molten metal and its churning, and that smell mingled with the waters. And the valley where those who led mankind astray were judged burned beneath that earth. In that valley, rivers of fire also ran, through which those who led astray the inhabitants of the earth would be punished. In those days, those waters will serve the kings, the powerful, the noble, and those who dwell on earth, both for the healing of the body and the soul, and for the punishment of the spirit. Because their spirits are filled with lust, their bodies will be punished, for they denied the God of spirits. Day by day they witness their own punishment, yet do not believe in his name. As their bodies burn, an eternal change will take place in their spirits. No one will be able to speak a useless word before the God of spirits. Because they believed in the lust of their bodies and denied the Spirit of God, judgment will come upon them. In those days, a change will come over those waters. When those angels are punished in those waters, the heat of those waters will change. When the angels rise up, the waters will change and grow cold. Then I heard the answer of the great Michael. He said, "This judgment, which causes the angels to be judged, is a testimony against the kings, the powerful, and those who hold dominion over the earth. For those healing waters are meant for the healing of the bodies of kings and the lust within their bodies. Yet they will not see it, and will not believe that those waters will change and become a fire that burns forever." Then my grandfather Enoch taught me all the secrets in the book of the parables that had been given to him, and wrote them down for me in the book of parables. On that day, the great Michael said to Raphael, "The power of the Spirit staggers and shakes me because of the severity of the judgment upon the angels. Who can endure that fierce judgment that melts them?" The great Michael said again to Raphael, "Whose heart is not softened by this judgment brought upon them because of their leader? Whose inner being does not tremble?" And the judgment continued while the angels stood before the God of spirits. Before the God of spirits, the great Raphael said to Raka, "They will not be able to stand before the eyes of God. The God of spirits is angry with them, for they conducted themselves as though they were gods themselves. Therefore, a hidden judgment has found them forever. From now on, neither angels nor men will go and accompany them. Alone, they will face this judgment forever. They will tremble in fear during this judgment, for this judgment was shown to all who dwell upon the earth." The names of the fallen angels. Concerning the names of those angels, the first is Samyaza, the second Artakifa, the third Amen, the fourth Kakabel, the fifth Turael, the sixth Rumiel, the seventh Danel, the eighth Kelen, the ninth Barakel, the 10th Azazel, the 11th Armas, the 12th Battarial, the 13th Basael, the 14th Hananel, the 15th Turiel, the 16th Simapeziel, the 17th Yetarel, the 18th Tumael, the 19th Tarel, the 20th Rumael, the 21st Azazel. These are the leaders who govern tens and hundreds of them, and they have their names. The name of the first is Yekon. He is the one who led astray all the children of the holy angels, brought them down to earth, and led them astray through the daughters of men. The name of the second is Asbiel. He gave evil counsel to the holy sons of the angels, led them astray, and caused them to defile their bodies with the daughters of men. The third is Gadriel. He showed the sons of men all the deadly blows and led Eve astray. He showed the sons of men the instruments of war, shields of battle, swords, and all the other weapons of death. From that time forward, from generation to generation, all these things passed into the world through his hand. The name of the fourth is Penemu. He taught the sons of men the bitter and the sweet, and all the secrets of the wisdom of the angels. He taught men to write with ink and paper, and through this, many have fallen into sin to this day. For men were not created for such a purpose, to confirm their beliefs with pen and ink. Men were created to be like the angels, righteous and pure, so that death, which destroys everything, would not touch them. But now they perish because of this knowledge, and this power consumes them. The name of the fifth is Kasdiah. He it is who showed the sons of men all the wicked influences of spirits and of demonic beings, how to destroy an embryo in the womb so that it miscarries, how to harm the soul through snakebite, and the destructive effects brought about at midday by the son of the serpent named Tabayat. The task of Kaspal is to lead the covenant that he offers to the holy ones while living in all the glory of the Most High. The angel Becca asked Michael to show him the hidden name, so that those who reveal all hidden things to the sons of men, who speak that hidden name in the covenant, would tremble before that name and that covenant. The power of that covenant is so great. It is exceedingly mighty. He had entrusted this covenant of Akai to Michael. The mysteries hidden in the power of that covenant are these. The heavens were fixed in their place forever before the earth was made. The world was established upon the waters, and from the creation of the earth until forever, beautiful waters have come from the hidden places of the mountains. The seas and their foundations were created through that covenant. In the moment of his wrath, he placed the sand as the boundary of the seas. From the creation of the earth to its end, it does not change. Through that covenant, the depths were made firm. They never move from their place. The sun and the moon complete their orbits through that covenant and never deviate from their courses. The stars complete their circuits through that covenant. When they are called by their names, they answer him forever. The same is true of the breaths of the winds. Each one has its breath, and they move together. The storehouses of thunder, the light of lightning, the storehouses of hail and of frost, the storehouses of mist, and the storehouses of rain and dew. All are kept there. All of them believe. With all their power, they give thanks to the God of spirits. They exalt him. All their thanksgivings are their nourishment. They praise and exalt the name of the God of spirits forever. That covenant holds power over them. Their paths are protected by it. Their courses are unbroken. Since the name of the Son of Man was revealed to them, their joy has been great, and they blessed him, honored him, and exalted him. The Son of Man sat upon his glorious throne. All judgment was given to him, and he brought about the destruction and removal of all sinners and those who led mankind astray. They will be bound in chains. Destruction will take captive their entire company. All their works will be completely erased from the earth. From the time the Son of Man appeared, nothing will be corrupted again. The Son of Man appeared and sat upon his throne of glory. All wickedness will pass away in his presence. The word of the Son of Man will be mighty before the God of spirits. The primordial ancestors. After this, the name of the Son of Man was raised up from among those who dwell upon the earth to the level of the God of spirits. Yes, he was lifted up to heaven in a spirit chariot, and his name was established among them. From that day forward, I was no longer counted among them. He placed me between the north wind and the west wind. There the angels took their measuring cords and measured out the dwelling place of the chosen and the righteous, for me. There I saw the fathers and ancestors of those first people who had lived there from the very beginning. Then my spirit was drawn up and ascended into the heavens. There I saw the sons of the holy angels walking upon fire. Their garments were white, and their faces were as transparent as crystal. I saw 2 rivers of fire, and the light of that fire blazed like hyacinth. I fell face down before the God of spirits. Michael, one of the chiefs of the angels, took hold of my right hand, lifted me up, and led me to all the secrets of mercy and righteousness. He showed me all the secrets of all the heavens, all the stars, and all the bearers of light, how they move before the holy ones. Michael carried my spirit into the heaven of heavens, and there I saw a structure built of crystals of ice. Among those crystals were flames of living fire. My spirit saw a fire that surrounded that dwelling, and rivers of living fire on every side of the house. Around the house were seraphim, cherubim, and ophanim, those who never sleep, who guard his glorious throne. I saw countless thousands upon tens of thousands of angels surrounding that house. Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Phanuel, together with the holy angels in the heavens above, were going in and out of that house.
And Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Phanuel, and countless holy angels came out of that house. With them was the Ancient One, his head white and pure as wool, his garments beyond all description. I fell face down upon the ground. My whole body became light. My spirit was transformed. With all my strength, I lifted my voice in blessing, glorifying and honoring him. The blessings that came from my mouth were accepted before the Ancient One. The Ancient One came together with Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Phanuel, and the countless angels. An angel came and greeted me with his voice and said, "You are a son of man born for righteousness. You are righteous. The righteousness of the Ancient One will never depart from you." He also said to me, "The Ancient One proclaims peace to you for the age to come. From the very creation of the world, peace has gone forth from him, and you will have peace forever. All will walk in his ways, for righteousness never departs from him. Their dwelling places and their inheritance will always be with him and will never be separated from him. There will be a long life with the Son of Man. The righteous will be at peace and on a straight path forever in the name of the God of spirits."
The third book, The Laws of the Heavenly Lights. The great archangel Uriel, who was with me, showed me the orbits of the heavenly lights he governs, their relationships with one another, their classifications, their dominions, their seasons, their names, their origins, and their months. He showed me all their laws in full, as they apply throughout all the years from the creation of the world to eternity. This is the first law of the lights. The sun rises through the eastern windows of the sky and sets through the western windows. I saw the windows through which the sun rises and sets. The moon likewise rises and sets through those same windows. The leading stars and those they govern follow the same pattern: 6 in the east and 6 in the west. All of them follow one another in a precise and fixed order. On the right and left of those windows, there are many more windows. Yes, first comes the great luminary called the sun. Its sphere is like the sphere of the sky. It is filled with a burning and heat-producing fire. It is carried entirely by the wind, which drives the chariot upon which it travels. Then the sun descends from the heavens and turns back from the north to reach the east. It enters that window and advances so that it shines across the sky. In the first month, the sun rises through the fourth window, the great window, which is the fourth of those 6 windows. In that fourth window, through which the sun rises in the first month, there are 12 sub-windows, and fire comes out of those windows at their appointed times. When the sun rises in the sky, it rises through the fourth passage for 30 mornings in a row and sets through the fourth passage in the western sky. During this time, the length of the day grows longer each day until 30 mornings are complete. The day is 2 parts longer than the night. The day is exactly 10 parts, and the night is 8 parts. And the sun rises through that fourth window for 30 mornings and sets through it as well. Then it moves to the fifth window in the east, rising and setting through the fifth window. At that point, the day grows 1 part longer, becoming 11 parts, and the night shortens to 7 parts. Then the sun turns toward the east and enters the 6th window, rising through the 6th window for 31 mornings according to its sign, and setting there as well. On those days, the day is longer than the night. The day doubles and becomes 12 parts. The night shortens to 6 parts. Then the day begins to shorten and the night to lengthen. The sun turns toward the east, enters the 6th window, and rises and sets through it for 30 mornings. When those 30 mornings are complete, the day shortens by exactly 1 part and becomes 11 parts. The night becomes 7 parts. Then the sun comes out of those 6 western windows, goes east, and for 30 mornings rises through the 5th window and sets through the 5th window in the west. On those days, the day shortens by 1 more part and becomes 10 parts. The night becomes 8 parts. The sun rises through that 5th window and sets through the 5th window in the west. Then, according to its sign, it rises through the 4th window for 31 mornings and sets in the west. On those days, the day and the night are equal. Both the day and the night are 9 parts. The sun rises through that window and sets in the west. It turns back to the east and for 30 mornings rises through the 3rd window and sets through the 3rd window in the west. On those days, the night is longer than the day. Night grows longer each night until 30 mornings are complete. The night is exactly 10 parts and the day is 8 parts. The sun rises through the 3rd window and sets through the 3rd window in the west. It turns to the east and for 30 mornings rises through the 2nd window in the east and sets through the 2nd window in the western sky. On those days, the night is 11 parts and the day is 7 parts. The sun rises through the 2nd window and sets through the 2nd window in the west. It turns to the east and for 31 mornings rises through the 1st window and sets through the 1st window in the west. On those days, the night grows long and becomes twice the length of the day. The night is 12 parts and the day is 6 parts. Thus the sun has completed its divisions of the orbit and continues turning through those same divisions. For 30 mornings, it enters that window and sets directly opposite in the west. On those days, the length of the night decreases by 1 part and becomes 11 parts, while the day becomes 7 parts. The sun turns and enters the 2nd eastern window, rising and setting through it for 30 mornings. On those days, the length of the night decreases further. The night becomes 10 parts and the day 8 parts. The sun rises through the 2nd window and sets in the west. It turns to the east and for 31 mornings rises through the 3rd window and sets from the western sky. On those days, the night shortens to 9 parts. The day also becomes 9 parts and equals the night, and the full year is exactly 364 days. The length of the day and the night and the shortness of the day and the night are determined by the orbit of the sun. As it moves, the day grows longer each day and the night shorter each night. This is the law and the orbit of the sun. It makes 60 turns and rises. For this reason, this great light is called the sun forever. It is the great luminary that rises, and it is called by this name by the command of God according to its appearance. The sun rises and sets without diminishing and without rest, continuing day and night. Its light is 7 times brighter than the moon, but their sizes are equal. The light of the moon. After this law, I observed the law concerning the lesser light called the moon. Its sphere is like the sphere of the sky, and its chariot is driven by the wind. Light is given to it in a fixed measure. Its rising and setting change every month. Its days are like the days of the sun, and when its light is full, it amounts to 1/7 of the sun's light, and in that state it rises. Its first phase begins on the 30th morning in the east. On that day, it becomes visible and constitutes the first phase of the moon. For you, it rises with the sun through the same window from which the sun rises. One half of it is 7 parts. Everything except the 7-part portion of 14 parts is entirely dark. On the day it receives the 7th part portion of half its light reaches 1/7 of its half. It sets with the sun. When the sun rises, the moon rises with it and receives half of 1 part of light. On that night, at the beginning of its day, the moon sets together with the sun, and except for 1/2 of one of its 14 parts, it is invisible. On that day, it rises with exactly a 7th part and moves away from the rising of the sun, shining with the remaining 13 parts throughout the rest of its days. Then I saw another of its orbits and laws, how according to that law it completes its monthly orbit. The great archangel Uriel, who governs them, showed me all of these things, and as he showed them, I wrote down all of it, the months and the luminaries visible in this orbit, until the 15 days are completed. The moon completes all its light in the east in a single 7th part unit, and completes all its darkness in the west in a single 7th part unit. In certain months, it changes its setting, and in certain months it follows its own distinctive orbit. For 2 months, the moon sets together with the sun in the middle 2 windows, the 3rd and the 4th. For 7 days it rises through the 3rd window and completes its circuit. Then it returns to the window from which the sun rises, and in this way completes all its light. Then it moves away from the sun. It enters the 6th window from which the sun rises for 8 days. When the sun rises through the 4th window, the moon rises through it for 7 days. Then it rises through the 5th window, and within 7 days returns to the 4th window, completing all its light. Then it moves away and returns to the 1st window for 8 days. Again, within 7 days it returns to the 4th window from which the sun rises. Within 7 days it returns to the 4th window from which the sun rises. Again I observed their positions, how in those days the moon rises and the sun sets. When 5 years are gathered together, the sun has 30 extra days, and when all the days belonging to one of those 5 years are complete, they amount to 364 days. The extra period of the sun and the stars amounts to 6 days. In 5 years, that comes to 30 days, 6 days for each year. So the moon falls behind the sun and the stars by 30 days. The sun and the stars complete all years perfectly. Thus their positions neither advance by 1 day nor fall behind. They complete it with perfect accuracy in 364 days. In 3 years, there are 1,092 days. In 5 years, there are 1,820 days. In 8 years, there are 2,912 days. But the moon alone, in 3 years its count is 1,062 days, and in 5 years it falls behind by 50 days. That is, 62 days in total are added. In 5 years there are 1,770 days, and therefore the moon's count for 8 years is 2,832. In 8 years, the deficit is 80 days, so in 8 years it falls 80 days behind. The year is accurately completed by the positions of the windows through which they rise and set over 30 days. The 12 windows and the winds. These are also the leaders of the chiefs of thousands who govern all creation and all the stars, along with the 4 extra days that are added to the year's reckoning. They do not depart from their stations, and they serve during the 4 days that are not counted in the year's reckoning. Because of them, people make errors, for those lights are in their own proper places. They serve in 4 stations, 1 in the 1st window, 1 in the 3rd window of the heavens, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 6th. The completeness of the year is secured through its 364 distinct positions. The angel Uriel, to whom the Most High God gave dominion over all the heavenly lights, showed me the constellations, the seasons, the years, and the days. Their dominion in the sky is visible upon the earth. They are the governors of day and night, the sun, the moon, the stars, and all the governing creatures that complete their revolutions in all the chariots of the sky. The angel Uriel also showed me the 12 openings in the sun's orbit through which the sun's rays come forth. When they open in their appointed seasons, warmth spreads from them across the earth. Some of the openings at the far ends open for the winds and for the spirit of dew. I saw 12 gates at the ends of the earth through which the sun, the moon, the stars, and all the works of heaven proceed. On their right and left, there are many more window openings. One window in its own season produces warmth. There are also stars that rise and set through certain windows as they are commanded. I saw the chariots in the sky, passing above all the windows through which the stars that never set revolve. One of these is greater than all the others and travels the whole earth. I saw that at the ends of the earth 12 passages are open toward the places from which the winds that blow upon the earth come forth. 3 are open in the east of the sky, 3 in the west, 3 in the south of the sky, and 3 in the north. The first 3 face east, 3 face north, 3 behind those on the left face south, and 3 face west. From 4 of these come winds of abundance and blessing, and from the other 8 come harmful winds. When those destructive winds are sent out, they bring destruction through the force of water upon the whole earth, upon all who dwell upon it, and upon everything on land and sea. The first wind, called the east wind, comes from the first window in the east and turns toward the south. It brings desolation, drought, heat, and destruction. From the middle second passage come fitting things: rain, abundance, prosperity, and dew. From the third window in the north come cold and drought. After these, winds come from the 3 windows in the south. From the first window that faces east come hot winds. From the middle window next to it come pleasant fragrances, dew, rain, abundance, and health. From the third window to the west come dew, rain, locusts, and destruction. After these north winds, from the first eastern window come dew, rain, locusts, and destruction. From the middle window come health, rain, dew, and abundance. From the third western window come clouds, frost, snow, rain, dew, and locusts. The west winds are in the 4th division. From the first window facing north come dew, frost, cold, snow, and ice. From the middle window come dew, rain, abundance, and prosperity. From the last window facing south come drought, heat, and destruction. And so the 12 windows of the 4 quarters of the sky are complete. I have explained to you all their laws, their benefits, and their harms, my son Methuselah.
The 4 winds and the 12 rivers. The first wind is called the east wind, for it is first. The second is called the south wind, for the Most High will descend there. The one who is eternally blessed will descend there in a most extraordinary manner. The west wind is called the diminishing wind, for there all the lights of heaven fade and depart. The fourth wind, called the north, is divided into 3 parts. The first is for the dwelling of men. The second is for the seas, deep caverns, forests, rivers, darkness, and clouds. The third is for the garden of paradise. I saw 7 high mountains, higher than all the mountains in the world. From them frost comes as the days, seasons, and years pass. I saw 7 rivers in the world greater than all other rivers. Among those rivers, the one coming from the west pours its waters eastward into the Erythraean Sea. 2 come from the north and flow toward the sea, emptying their waters into the Erythraean Sea to the east. The remaining 4 come from the north and flow into their own seas. 2 of them empty into the Erythraean Sea and 2 into the great waters. but some say they empty into the desert. I saw 7 great islands in the sea and on the land, 2 on the land and 5 in the great sea, the names of the sun and moon and the periods of the moon. The other names of the sun are as follows. The first is Ariares, and the other is Thomas. The moon has 4 names. The first is Asonia, the second is Ebla, the third is Benasse, and the fourth is Eraye. These are the 2 great lights. Their spheres are like the sphere of the sky, and their sizes are equal. In the sphere of the sun, there is 7 times more light than in the moon. Light is added to the moon in a fixed measure. They enter the western windows, turn back from the north, and rise through the eastern windows of the sky. When the moon rises, one of its 14 parts is visible in the sky. Over 14 days, it completes its light. Up to the 15th day, 15 parts of light are transferred to it, and when its light is complete, according to the sign of the year, it amounts to 15 parts. In this way, the moon completes its first 14 days of movement. On the first day of its waning, the moon's light falls to 14 parts. On the second day to 13, on the third day to 12, on the fourth day to 11, on the fifth day to 10, on the sixth day to 9, on the seventh day to 8, on the 8th day to 7, on the 9th day to 6, on the 10th day to 5, on the 11th day to 4, on the 12th day to 3, on the 13th day to 2, on the 14th day to half of 1/7 of a part, and on the 15th day the remaining light disappears entirely. In certain months, the moon's period is 29 days, and once it is 28 days.
Uriel showed me another law as well. When light is transferred from the sun to the moon, it is sent to only one side of it. As the moon's light increases, light is transferred to it from the presence of the sun. On the 14th day, its light is full in the sky, and it shines in the heavens with all its light. On the first day, it is called the new moon, for on that day light rises upon it. The full moon occurs on the exact day the sun sets in the west. On that night, it rises from the east and shines all through the night until the sun rises opposite it. Then it fades before the sun. It begins to wane from the side where its light came. It wanes until all its light is gone. When all the days of the moon are ended, its sphere is left without light. At one time, it completes 3 months in 30-day cycles. At another time, it completes 3 months in 29-day cycles. In the first time period and in the first window, it completes its waning in 177 days. During its time of appearing, it is visible for 3 months of 30 days and 3 months of 29 days. For 20 days by night, it appears like the face of a man. By day, it looks like the sky, for there is nothing in it apart from its light. The laws of the heavens are being completed. Now, my son Methuselah, I have shown you everything, and the laws of all the stars of heaven are complete. He showed me the laws they observe every day, every week, every month, every season, and every year. The waning of the moon takes place in the 6th window. In that 6th window, its light is completed. Then it begins to decrease. In its season, the waning takes place in the 1st window until 177 days are completed. All of this is calculated according to weeks, 25 weeks and 2 days. Then the sun falls behind. In one period, the arrangement of the stars is exactly 5 days. Such is the chart and the schedule of each light as the great archangel Uriel, who governs them, showed me. In those days, Uriel answered me and said, I have shown you everything, Enoch, and I have explained everything to you. I have explained the sun, the moon, the leaders of the stars of the sky, all those who rotate them, their duties, their schedules. In the days of sinners, the years will be shortened. Their seeds in their fields and on their land will be late. Everything upon the earth will change. Nothing will appear at its proper time. Rain will not be sent. The heavens will withhold the rain. In those days, the ripening of the earth's fruits will be held back. They will not grow on time. Trees will not bear fruit at their appointed seasons. The moon will change its order and will not appear at its proper time. In those days, the sun will be seen, but will travel in the evening in the great chariot of the west, shining with more light than its normal measure. Many of the leaders of the stars will go astray from their order. They will alter their orbits and their duties. They will not appear at their appointed times. The entire order of the stars will be withheld from sinners, and those upon the earth will go wrong in their reckoning of them. They will alter their ways. Yes, they will go astray and take themselves for gods. Evil will multiply over them. Punishment will rain down upon them and destroy them all.
The Heavenly Tablets. Uriel said to me, "Enoch, look at this book. It has been distilled, and read what is written upon it, and understand every word." I looked at everything written in that book. I read and understood everything written upon it. Then I read the book of the history of the sons of man, the record of all the people who would exist upon the earth throughout all the generations of the world. Immediately afterward, I blessed the Most High God, the King of eternal glory, who is creator of all things upon the earth. I praised God for his patience and blessed him for the sake of the children of the world. Then I said, "Blessed is the one who dies in righteousness and goodness, for no book of unrighteousness will be written against him, and no judgment will be prepared for him." Those three holy ones brought me down from the heavens and set me at the door of my house. They said to me, "Declare everything to your son Methuselah, and tell all your children that no human being is righteous before God, for he alone is the Creator. We will leave you with your children for 1 year, so that you may instruct them in these last things and record them for your children. Give knowledge to all your children. Then, after 7 years, we will take you from among them. Let your heart be strengthened for good tidings. Declare righteousness to the righteous. The righteous will rejoice together with the righteous and will congratulate one another. But sinners will die together with sinners. The godless will sink together with the godless. Those who act with righteousness will die at the hands of men. They will be taken away because of the deeds of the wicked." In those days, they completed their conversations with me, and I returned to my people, blessing the God of all worlds.
Visions and the Watchers of Heaven.
Now, my son Methuselah, I am telling you all these things and writing them down for you. I have explained everything to you. I have given you books about everything. Keep these books that you received from your father's hand with great care, and pass them on to all the generations of the world. I have given wisdom to you, to your children, and to your children's children, so that they too may pass this wisdom on to their own children and to future generations. The thoughts contained in this wisdom lie beyond their own thoughts. Those who understand will not sleep. They will listen carefully with their ears in order to learn this wisdom. The pleasure taken from this wisdom will be greater than the pleasure of a fine meal. Blessed are all the righteous. Do not keep sinning as the sinners do. Blessed is everyone who walks the path of righteousness. As the sun passes through the heavens in the counting of all their days, together with the leaders of the thousands of star clusters, and with the 4 days that are added to separate the 4 seasons of the year, and with those that go before them in order to properly insert those 4 days, it enters and exits through the windows for 30 days at a time. Because of those 4 days, people will make errors. They will make mistakes in counting the full number of the year by not counting those 4 days. Yes, people will err and will not count them correctly. Yet those 4 days are included in the year's reckoning and are recorded with perfect accuracy forever. 1 falls in the first window, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the sixth. In this way, the year is completed in 364 days. This reckoning is correct and accurately recorded. The angel Uriel, to whom the God of all creation has given dominion over the heavenly bodies,
showed me the lights, the months, the festivals, the years, and the days. He governs the light reaching mankind through his dominion over the heavens both by night and by day, the sun, the moon, the stars, and all the heavenly powers that revolve in their own orbits. The order that places the stars in their proper seasons, festivals, months, and arrangements is as follows. The names of those who observe and govern the entries of those lights in their appointed times, their arrangements, their seasons, their months, their periods of dominion, and their positions are these. First to enter are the 4 leaders who divide the year into 4 parts. After them come the 12 leaders who separate the months. There is a leader of the thousands who separates the 364 days, and there are leaders who separate the 4 parts of the year relating to the 4 added days. These leaders who govern the thousands are arranged in sequence. Each one comes after a particular position, but their divisions are determined by their leaders. The names of the leaders charged with dividing the year into 4 parts are Milkiel, Helemelech, Melial, and Narel. The names of those who govern them are Adnarel, Iasusael, and Elamel. These 3 follow the commands of the leaders of the star classes. There is one more who follows the 3 leaders that follow the leaders of the positions that separate the 4 parts of the year. At the beginning of the year, Melchiel rises first and holds dominion. He is also called the full sun. His days of dominion are 91. During his days of dominion, the signs seen upon the earth are sweat, heat, and calm. All trees bring forth their fruit. Leaves come out. Wheat is harvested. Roses and all other flowers bloom everywhere. But in winter, the trees wither. The names of the leaders under him are Barkael, Zelephsael, and one other added as governor of 1,000, Heluias. And the days of this leader's dominion come to their end. The leader that follows him is called Helemelech, named the Shining Sun. The duration of his light is 91 days. The signs of his days upon the earth are increasing heat, drought, the ripening of trees and their fruits, and their readiness to be eaten. Sheep mate and become pregnant. The fruits of the fields are gathered, and the grapes collected for winemaking are pressed. These things take place during his days of dominion. The names and order of the leaders of the chiefs of thousands are as follows: Gedaal, Keel, and Heel. To these is added another leader of 1,000, Asphael, and his days of dominion come to their end. The 4th book, Dream Visions. The Vision of the Flood. Now, my son Methuselah, I will show you and explain all the visions I saw. Before I was married, I saw 2 visions. They were very similar to one another. The first came to me while I was studying a book. The second came before I married your mother, and it was a terrifying vision. I prayed to God concerning these visions. While I was lying down in the house of my grandfather Mahalalel, I saw a vision in which the sky bent and broke apart and fell to the earth. As it fell, the earth was swallowed up by a great pit. Mountains crashed into mountains. Hills sank one after another. Tall trees were uprooted and fell into that pit. Then a word came to my mouth, and I cried out, "The earth is destroyed!" My grandfather Mahalalel woke me and said, "My son, why are you shouting? Why are you crying out like this?" I told him the vision I had seen. He said to me, "You have seen something terrible, my son. What you witnessed in your vision was a great and weighty moment. Because of all the sins committed upon it, the earth will be swallowed by a pit and destroyed in great ruin. Now, my son, rise and pray to the great God, for you are a man of faith. Pray to him that he does not destroy all the world, that some part of the earth may remain. My son, all of this will come upon the earth from the heavens, and there will be great destruction upon the earth." I rose and prayed. I pleaded and cried out and wrote down my prayer for all the generations of the world. I will show you everything, my son Methuselah. I went outside and looked up at the heavens. I looked at the sun rising in the east, the moon setting in the west,
a few stars, and all the earth. I blessed and exalted the Lord of judgment, who has known all these things and everything from the very beginning. For it is he who causes the sun to rise through its windows, to ascend into the sky, and to travel along the path he has shown it. I lifted my hands in righteousness and blessed the great and holy one. With the breath of my mouth and with a tongue of flesh, the mouth God gave to the sons of men so that they may speak, I spoke. The great God gave them a tongue and a mouth so that they might say these things. You are very great, O great God. You are very powerful and very mighty. You are the God of all existence, the King of kings, the God of all the world. Your power, your kingdom, and your greatness will endure forever. Your dominion will last through all generations. All the heavens are your throne forever, and all the earth is the ground beneath your feet. You made all things, and you govern all things. Nothing is difficult for you. Wisdom never departs from your throne and never leaves your presence. You know all things, see all things, and hear all things. Nothing can hide itself from you. The angels of your heavens have committed the offense of transgression, and your wrath rests upon all mankind until the great day of judgment. And now, O Most High God, mighty King, I beseech you to hear my prayer. Leave me one generation upon the earth. Do not destroy all mankind. Do not make the earth entirely desolate. Do not let there be destruction without end. Destroy those who have provoked your wrath from the earth, but make those who are faithful and righteous into an eternal seed. Do not turn away from the prayer of your servant, O Most High God. The vision of the animals. Then I saw another dream. Now I will tell you the whole dream, my son. Enoch arose and began to speak to his son Methuselah. I am telling you, my son, hear my words and listen to your father's vision. Before I took your mother Edna, I saw a vision while lying in my bed. A cow came out of the earth. That cow was white. After it came a heifer, and with that heifer came two others, one black and one red. The black one struck the red one and chased it across the earth. I could no longer see the red one. The black heifer grew, and a female heifer went with it. I saw many cattle spring up, and they all resembled it and followed after it. That first heifer left the first cow in search of the red one, but could not find it. As it kept searching, it cried out with a great lament. I watched until the first cow came and calmed it. After that, the heifer cried no more. Then the cow gave birth to a white heifer, and after that to many more cattle and black heifers. In my sleep, I saw the white bull grow and become a great white bull. From it sprang many white cattle, and they all resembled him. From them came many more white bulls in succession, all resembling one another. Then, while I was sleeping, my eyes saw something else. I looked up at the sky above, and suddenly a star fell from the sky to the earth. The star rose up and began to graze among those cattle. Then I saw great black cattle. They all changed their pens and their pastures and began living together. Again in the vision, I looked up at the heavens and saw many stars fall from the sky to join that first star. Those stars went among the cattle, became like them, and grazed among them. I watched them, and I saw them draw out their organs, like those of horses, and begin to mate with the cows. All the cows became pregnant and gave birth to elephants, camels, and donkeys. All the cattle were afraid of them, for they began to bite them with their teeth, to devour them, and to gore them with their horns. They started eating those cattle, and all the children of the earth began to tremble before them and flee from them. The white beings from heaven. Then I saw them goring and devouring one another again. At that point the earth began to cry out,
I lifted my eyes to the heavens, and in my vision I saw beings descending from the sky that resembled white men. 4 of them came forth, 1 first, and 3 others came along with him. The 3 who came afterward took hold of my hand, lifted me up, and took me away from the generations of the earth. They brought me up to a high place and showed me a tall tower rising above all the land. Every hill was lower than that tower. One of them said to me, "Stay here and watch what happens to those elephants, camels, donkeys, stars, and cattle." Then I saw one of those 4 who had come first. He seized the first star that had fallen from the sky. He bound its hands and feet and threw it into a pit. That pit was deep and narrow, dark and terrifying. Then one of those beings drew a sword and gave it to the elephants, the camels, and the donkeys. They began to strike one another with it, and because of them the whole earth shook. I kept watching all of this in the vision. One of those 4 who had come began to rain stones down from heaven upon all the great stars whose organs resembled those of horses. Then he gathered them together, bound their hands and feet, and cast them into a pit. One of those 4 went to that white cow and taught it a mystery, secretly, without frightening it. That cow had been born a bull, but now became a man. He built himself a great vessel and began to live in it. 3 cows remained with him inside the vessel. I lifted my eyes to the heavens again and saw a high roof, and above it 7 great streams of water. These streams came down from the sky and poured all their waters into a village. Then I saw something else. Springs broke open on the surface of the village. The water rose and filled the village. I watched the water cover the hull of the vessel completely. The darkness and mist around the vessel deepened. The waters kept rising and spreading everywhere. I saw all the things of that village gather together and sink into the water and be destroyed. But the vessel remained on top of the water. All the cattle on the earth, the elephants, the camels, and the donkeys, along with every other living creature, sank to the bottom. I could no longer see them. They had all died and sunk to the depths. Then in the vision, I saw those streams of water move away from that high roof. The pits were leveled, and other pits opened. The water on the ground drained into those pits, and at last the earth appeared. The vessel settled onto dry ground. The darkness cleared, and the light appeared. The creature that had been a white cow and had become a man came out of the vessel. With him were 3 cows. One of the 3 was white, just like that cow. One was red as blood, and one was black. Then the white one separated from the others. They began to bring out animals and birds, and from them many different kinds were produced. Lions, tigers, wolves, dogs, hyenas, wild boars, foxes, rabbits, squirrels, pigs, hawks, vultures, eagles, and ravens. Among them a white bull was born, and they began to bite one another again. That white bull born among them produced a wild donkey and a white bull, and the wild donkeys multiplied. But that bull also produced a black wild boar and a white sheep. From that wild boar sprang many more wild boars, but from that sheep came 12 sheep. When those 12 sheep grew up, one was given to the donkeys. The donkeys gave that sheep to the wolves, and it grew up among the wolves. God brought the 11 sheep to live beside it and graze with it among the wolves. They multiplied and formed many flocks, and the wolves began to fear them and oppress them. In the end, the wolves threw the sheep's young into a great stream of water to destroy them. The sheep began to cry out for their young and to bring their complaint before their God. A sheep that had escaped from the wolves went among the wild donkeys. I watched those sheep as they cried out, wept, and sought their God with all their strength. The God of the sheep descended from a high place to where the sound of the sheep was. He came to them and fed them. He called out to that sheep that had fled from the wolves.
He spoke with it about the wolves and told it that it needed to go and warn the wolves never to touch the sheep again. At the command of their God, the sheep went to the wolves. Along the way, that sheep was met by another sheep, and they went on together. They came to the dwelling of the wolves and spoke with them. They warned them that they must no longer touch the sheep. Then I saw the wolves oppress the sheep with all their might, and the sheep cried out. Their God came to the sheep and began to strike the wolves. The wolves howled in pain. The sheep calmed down and stopped crying. I saw the sheep move away from the wolves. The wolves' eyes had gone blind, but the remaining wolves pursued the sheep with all their power. The God of the sheep went with them, leading them, and the sheep followed him. The face of the God of the sheep was radiant, and his presence was dazzling. Yet the wolves followed those sheep all the way to a great sea. But the sea parted before their eyes, and their God stood between them and the wolves and led the sheep through the water. The sheep advanced into the middle of the sea before the wolves could see them, and then the wolves followed after them. When the wolves saw the God of the sheep, they turned back to flee. But the waters came back together and returned to their place, sweeping over the wolves. I watched all the wolves that had been chasing those sheep drown and die. But the sheep came up out of the water and went into a desert where there was no water and no grass. They opened their eyes and began to see. I saw the God of the sheep feeding them and giving them water and grass. Then one sheep stepped forward to lead the others. That sheep climbed a high rock, and the God of the sheep sent it to them. Then I saw the God of the sheep standing before them. His appearance was extraordinary and mighty, and all those sheep saw him and were afraid of him. In fear, they said to the leading sheep beside them, "We cannot stand before our God. We cannot look upon him." The sheep that led them turned and climbed to the summit of that rock once more. But the eyes of the sheep began to go blind, and they started straying from the path shown to them. The God of the sheep was very angry with them. The leading sheep learned what had happened. It came down from the rock and went to the sheep. It found that many of them had gone blind and wandered from his path. When the sheep saw it, they trembled in fear and wanted to return to their fold. The leading sheep took another sheep with it and went to those that had strayed and began to strike them down. Those sheep were afraid of its presence, for that sheep had brought the straying ones back to the flock, and they returned to their fold. In that vision, I saw that sheep become a man, build a house for the God of the sheep, and place all the sheep inside that house. I saw that some of the leaders of the sheep had died. I watched the death of all the great sheep and the rising up of the small ones in their place, and they all came to a pasture beside a stream of water. Then the sheep's leader, the one who had become a man, also parted from them and died. All the sheep wept for him with a great outcry. Afterward, I saw their weeping pass, and I watched the sheep cross the water. Leaders rose up to guide them in place of those who had led them before and had died. I watched the sheep arrive at a good place, a wonderful land. I saw the sheep rejoicing inside the house in that beautiful land. Sometimes their eyes were opened, and sometimes they went blind again, until another sheep rose up to lead them. The leader brought them together again, and their eyes were opened. But dogs, foxes, and wild boars began to devour those sheep, until God raised up a ram from among their own number to lead them. This ram charged against the dogs, foxes, and wild boars, and killed them all with its horns. The sheep whose eyes had opened followed the ram among them. But after a time, the ram abandoned its glory and began to charge the other sheep, trampling them and behaving shamefully toward them. Then the God of the sheep sent a lamb to another lamb and asked it to raise that lamb up as a ram. This lamb would raise the other up to lead the sheep in place of the ram that had abandoned its glory. It went and spoke with it. It raised it up as a ram and made it the prince and leader of the sheep. Throughout all of this, the dogs were attacking the sheep. The first ram showed respect to the second ram,
and the second ram rose and went before it. I saw the dogs bring down the first ram, and that second ram led the smaller sheep. They grew and multiplied. All the dogs, foxes, and wild boars fled from that ram in fear. It charged and killed them and wore down their strength. The wild animals could no longer steal anything from them. That ram produced many sheep and died. A small sheep became the ram in its place and became the prince and leader of the sheep. It grew and multiplied, and all the dogs, foxes, and wild animals fled from it. That ram charged all the wild animals and killed them. They could no longer pose any threat. The house grew and expanded. It had been built for those sheep. A high tower was built above the house for the god of the sheep. The house was low, but the tower was very tall. The god of the sheep dwelt in that tower. The sheep brought a full table and set it before him. Then I kept watching the sheep. They went astray again and wandered off in different directions. They left their house. The god of the sheep called some of the sheep from among them and sent them to those that had strayed. But the straying sheep began to kill them. One escaped and fled, crying out for help. They wanted to kill it too, but the god of the sheep rescued it from their hands and brought it to his side. He sent many others to instruct those sheep and bring them back to the right path. After the sheep had completely abandoned the house of God and the tower, I saw that their eyes had gone blind. The god of the sheep carried out a great slaughter among their flock, for those sheep had betrayed his house and invited that slaughter upon themselves. The god of the sheep gave them into the hands of lions, tigers, wolves, jackals, foxes, and wild animals. Those wild animals began to tear the sheep apart. I saw God abandon that house and that land and hand them all over to the lions and the wild animals to be torn apart and devoured.
I cried out with all my strength. I pleaded before him on behalf of the sheep, interceding between the devouring wild animals and their God. But he remained silent. Though he saw it, he took satisfaction in their being eaten and swallowed and stolen. He left them to die at the hands of the wild animals. Then he called 70 shepherds and handed the sheep over to them to pasture. He said to the shepherds and their companions, "Each of you will now pasture the sheep, and I will command you what to do with them. I will hand them over to you, counted out. I will tell you which ones are to be destroyed, and you will kill them." And he gave the sheep to them. He called another and said to him, "Watch what those shepherds do to those sheep and write it all down. Every sheep they kill, and every one they abandon to die, for they will kill more than I have commanded. Write down every extra killing the shepherds carry out. Record how many they kill according to my command, and how many according to their own desire. Keep a separate record of every killing carried out by each shepherd. Then come and read me how many sheep the shepherds have killed, and how many they have abandoned to perish, so that I may use this as testimony against them, so that I may know and understand whether they have done what I commanded. But they will not know this. You will not tell them, and you will not warn them. Only record everything the shepherds do and report it to me." I watched those shepherds pasture the sheep, and then begin to kill and destroy more than they had been commanded, handing them over to the lions. The lions and tigers devoured a great number of those sheep, and the wild boars joined them. They also burned the tower and demolished the house. I was deeply grieved at the burning of that tower and the destruction of the house of the sheep. Then I could no longer see whether those sheep were entering that house. The shepherds and their helpers handed the sheep over to wild animals to be eaten. Each batch was a specific number, and how many were killed was written in a book. Each shepherd had killed and destroyed more than he had been commanded. I began to weep and cry out for those sheep. In that vision, I saw the scribe writing down each day everything the shepherds did, every sheep they killed, and every one they abandoned to die. Then he took that book and brought it before the god of the sheep. It was read aloud before the god of the sheep. The god of the sheep took the book, read it, sealed it, and set it aside. Then I saw the shepherds pasture the sheep for 12 hours, and 3 of those sheep came and entered that house and began to rebuild everything that had been demolished. Wild boars tried to hinder them, but could not. They began to build everything as it had been before, and even raised the tower again. It was called the High Tower. Once again they set a table before the tower, but the bread upon it was unclean. The eyes of the sheep were blind. They could not see. Neither could the shepherds. They gave their helpers to kill most of the sheep, and those helpers trampled the sheep underfoot and devoured them. All the sheep scattered across the land, left among the wild animals, and the shepherds did not rescue them from the wild animals. The god of the sheep saw all of this. The officer who kept the book brought it before the god of the sheep, showed it to him, and read it out. He reported everything the shepherds had done, and before him all the shepherds were judged as a family. The god of the sheep took the book, set it beside him, and departed. I saw 37 shepherds pasture the sheep, each completing his period in the same manner as the one before, with the others pasturing the sheep in their own appointed times. Then in the vision I saw all the birds of heaven arrive, eagles, vultures, hawks, and ravens. The eagles led all the other birds. They began to devour those sheep, to peck out their eyes and to eat their flesh. The sheep whose bodies were being eaten by the birds cried out in anguish. In my sleep, I looked at that shepherd tending the sheep and grieved for him. I saw those sheep being devoured by the dogs, the eagles, and the hawks. Nothing was left of them. No flesh, no skin, no muscle. They had been eaten down to the skeleton. Their bones too fell to the ground. Only a very few sheep remained. I saw 23 shepherds pasture the sheep in their own times 58 times, completing their appointed periods. I saw that those white sheep had produced lambs. They opened their eyes and began to see, and they cried out to the sheep. Yes, they called out to them. But the sheep did not pay attention to what the lambs were saying to them. Their ears had become completely deaf, and their eyes utterly blind. In the vision, I saw the ravens fly toward those lambs and carry one of them off, tearing the sheep apart and eating them. I saw that when the lamb's horns began to grow, the ravens broke their horns off. Then from one of those sheep a great horn grew, and the eyes of all the sheep were opened. That sheep looked at those whose eyes had opened and cried out to them. The wild goat saw this, and all of them ran to it. At the same moment, all the eagles, vultures, ravens, and hawks continued to tear the sheep apart and devour them. The sheep remained silent, but the wild goat wept and cried out in sorrow. Those ravens fought against the horned sheep and tried to break its horn, but they did not have the strength. All the eagles, vultures, ravens, hawks, and shepherds gathered together. They cried out for the wild goat's horn to be broken and to have it killed, but it fought against them and cried out for help to come. Then I saw the man come, the one who had been writing down the names of the shepherds and who would go before the god of the sheep. He came and helped, and everyone saw him descend to aid that wild goat. The god of the sheep came also, and everything fell before him before the eyes of all who were watching. All the eagles, vultures, ravens, and hawks gathered together and brought the sheep that were there. They all joined forces and struggled to break the horn of the wild goat. Then I saw the man, the one commanded by God to keep the book, open the record concerning the slaughter caused by the last 12 shepherds and show the god of the sheep that they had killed more sheep than those before them. I saw the god of the sheep come and take up the staff of his wrath. He struck the ground with it, and the earth split apart. All the wild animals and the birds fell, and the earth swallowed them up. Then I saw a great sword given to the sheep. The sheep went out against all the wild animals in the field and killed them. All the wild animals on earth and all the birds of heaven fled from before them. I saw a throne set up in a beautiful place. The god of the sheep sat upon that throne, and all the sealed books were brought before him and opened.
He called the first 7 white ones and commanded that the first star which had led the way be brought before him, along with all the stars whose organs had resembled those of horses. They were all brought before him. He said to the man who was writing before him, one of those 7, "Gather those 70 shepherds to whom I entrusted the sheep, and who killed more sheep than I commanded." I saw them all bound and brought before him. First, the stars were judged and found guilty. They were taken to a place of punishment and cast into a pit filled with blazing fire and pillars of flame. The 70 shepherds were judged and found guilty. They were also cast into the fiery pit. Then I saw a pit opened in the middle of the earth that was full of fire. The blind sheep were brought and judged and found guilty. They too were cast into that burning pit and were consumed. I watched them burn to the bone. The pit was directly to the right of that house.
Then I saw them approach the old house. All its pillars were taken down, all its flooring and its decorations were removed and carried to a place on the right side. I saw the God of the sheep bring a new house, greater and taller than the first, and set it in the place of the first. All its pillars were new, all its decorations were new, and it was larger than the first. All the sheep were inside that house. I saw all the remaining sheep, and all the animals of the earth, and all the birds of the sky came to that house, and bowed before those sheep, and did whatever they asked. Then the 3 in white garments who had taken me by the hand and lifted me up before took my hand again. That ram also held my hand. They lifted me up and set me down among the sheep before the judgment took place. All the sheep were white. Their days were abundant and clean. All those who had been destroyed and scattered, all the wild animals, and all the birds of the sky gathered together in that house. The God of the sheep rejoiced greatly, for they were all good and had returned to his house. I watched the sword that had been given to the sheep being put away. It was brought back into the house and sealed before God and before all the sheep who had been invited into that house. That sword no longer harmed them, for all their eyes had been opened. They saw what was good, and there was no one among them who could not see. I saw the house was great, wide, and exceedingly full. Then I saw a white cow born that had great horns. All the wild animals and all the birds of the sky feared it and made constant supplication to it. I watched the transformation of all their generations. They all became white cattle. The first one among them became a word, and that word became a great beast with large black horns on its head. The God of the sheep rejoiced over it and over all the cattle. I slept among them and awoke, and I understood everything. This is the vision I saw while I slept. I woke up and blessed the God of righteousness and honored him. Then I wept, sobbing, and unable to stop until I could bear it no longer. I realized I had been weeping because of what I had seen. For all of these things will come to pass. Everything that the generations of men will do was shown to me in order. That night, I recalled my first dream. Because of the vision I had seen, I wept and was greatly troubled. The 5th book, The 2 Ways and the Weeks. Enoch and his sons. Now, my son Methuselah, call all your brothers to me. Gather all the children of your mother, for a voice is calling out to me, and a spirit is being poured over me. Gather here so that I may show you everything that will come to you forever. Methuselah went and called his brothers and assembled his relatives. Then Enoch spoke to all his sons and said, "Children of Enoch, hear all the words of your father. I ask you, my beloved ones, to listen carefully to the voice of my mouth. Love righteousness and walk in it. Do not approach righteousness with a double heart, and do not make friends with those who are double-hearted. Walk in justice, my sons. It will guide you on the right path and be your companion on the road.
I know that violence will increase upon the earth, and great punishment will come. The roots of crime upon the earth will be cut off, and its entire structure will be destroyed. And again, unrighteousness will rise upon the earth. All unrighteousness, violence, and sinful deeds will hold double dominion. When sin, unrighteousness, faithlessness, oppression, corruption, and every kind of evil increase, a great punishment will come upon them all from the heavens. The Most High God will come upon the earth in fury. Great punishment will come from the heavens. The Most High God will come in anger, punish, and carry out judgment upon the earth. In those days, the roots of oppression will be cut off. Unrighteousness and deception will be severed at the root. Their temples will be burned with fire and will be wiped away from the face of the whole earth. Sinners will be judged by fire and will perish in torment. The righteous will rise from their sleep. Wisdom will be multiplied and given to them. Then the roots of all unrighteousness will be cut off. Sinners will be destroyed by the sword. The roots of the ungodly will be uprooted from every place. Those who plan oppression and blasphemy will be destroyed by the sword. After this will come another week, the 8th week, the week of righteousness. A sword will be given to it, so that righteous judgment may be carried out against the oppressors. Sinners will be handed over into the hands of the righteous, and in the end the righteous will gain greatness through their righteousness. A house will be built for the great king as an eternal monument of honor. Then, in the 9th week, a righteous judgment will be carried out upon the whole world. All the deeds of the sinners will be removed from the earth. Then all mankind will turn their gaze toward the path of righteousness. Then, in the 7th day of the 10th week, the eternal judgment upon the watchers will take place, and after that, an everlasting paradise will be opened among the angels. The former heavens will depart and come to an end, and new heavens will arise. All the powers of heaven will shine with a light sevenfold in its brightness. After that, there will be countless weeks without end. All will dwell in goodness and righteousness, and sin will never again be spoken of. Now I am telling you, my children, and I am showing you the ways of righteousness and the ways of oppression. I will show them to you again, so that you may know what is coming. Listen, my children, walk in the path of justice. Do not walk in the path of unrighteousness. For those who walk in the path of unrighteousness will be destroyed forever. This book of wisdom was written by Enoch. This teaching presents an assessment of the world for all humanity, for my children who will live upon the earth, and for the generations to come who will pursue righteousness and peace. Do not let your spirits be darkened by the troubles of this age, for the Most High has appointed a time for all things. The righteous will awaken from sleep and walk the path of justice. His way and his word are eternal goodness and mercy. He will be merciful to the faithful. He will give them everlasting justice and power. They will walk in eternal light. But sin will be destroyed forever in darkness, and from that day onward, it will never be seen again. The revelation of the weeks. Then Enoch brought out his books and began to speak from them. He said, I will tell you about the children of righteousness, the chosen ones of the world, and the plant of truth. I, Enoch, will tell you these things. He began to speak to his sons based on what had appeared to him in a heavenly vision, on the words of the holy angels, on the heavenly tablets, and on the readings from those books. He said, I was born the 7th in the 1st week, while judgment and righteousness still endured. After me, in the 2nd week, great wickedness will arise. Deceit will spread, and during that time the first end will occur. During that period, men will be saved. After that, unrighteousness will rise again, and a law will be made for sinners. Then, at the end of the 3rd week, a man will be chosen as a plant of righteous judgment. and his descendants will become an eternal plant of righteousness. At the end of the 4th week, the holy ones and the righteous will receive visions. A law will be prepared for all generations, and an appointed place will be made. At the end of the 5th week, a house of holy dominion will be built as an eternal dwelling. Then, in the 6th week, all who are alive at that time will go blind. The hearts of all will turn away from wisdom. During that time, a man will rise up in that house. In the end, the house of dominion will be burned with fire. All the race of the chosen root will be scattered. Then, in the 7th week, an apostate generation will rise. Many things will be done through their apostasy. At the end of that period, the chosen righteous ones of the eternal plant of righteousness will be appointed to receive 7-fold instruction concerning all of God's creation. For who among all the sons of men is able to hear the voice of the Most High without trouble? Who can think his thoughts? Who can look at all the works of heaven? Who can look upon the heavens and understand them? Who can see and describe the Spirit in this way? Who can rise up and observe their workings, think about them, or act as they do? Who among all men can know the breadth and the length of the earth? To whom has the measure of all things been shown? Who can know the height and length of the heavens, and upon what they may be founded? The number of the stars, and where all the lights stand.
Enoch's counsel to the righteous. Now I am telling you, my children, love justice and walk in it. For the ways of justice are worthy of acceptance, but the ways of unrighteousness will suddenly be destroyed and brought to an end. The ways of oppression and death will be shown to certain people of a coming generation. They will turn away from them and refuse to follow them. Now I tell you, you righteous ones, do not walk in the ways of wickedness. Do not walk in the ways of death, and do not draw near to them, or you will be destroyed. Seek righteousness for yourselves. Choose a life of uprightness. Walk in the ways of peace, so that you may live and be blessed. Hold fast to my words in the thoughts of your hearts. Do not let the ways of wickedness rejoice in your hearts. I know that sinners will entice you to seek hidden knowledge, but do not make room for hidden knowledge in your lives. Do not let any form of temptation bring you low. Woe to those who build their lives on disrespect, oppression, and deceit, for their end will come suddenly, and they will find no peace. Woe to those who build their houses with sin, for their houses will be demolished from their foundations and brought down by the sword. Woe to those who live for the accumulation of gold and silver. They too will suddenly be destroyed in judgment. Woe to you, the rich, for you have trusted in your wealth. But you will be parted from your riches, for you did not remember the Most High in the days of your prosperity. You condemned yourselves to the day of slaughter, to the day of darkness, and to the great day of judgment through your unfaithfulness and your unrighteousness. I declare to you that the one who created you will overthrow you. When you fall, no mercy will be shown to you. Your Creator will take satisfaction in your destruction. In those days, the righteous among you will rebuke the sinners and the unrighteous. My eyes became like a spring of water. Who gave you permission to heap accusations and grudges upon one another, so that I must weep over you and pour down my tears like rain to ease the pain of my heart? You have done this so persistently that judgment will most certainly reach you. Do not be afraid of sinners, you righteous ones, for God will deliver them into your hands. You will be able to judge them according to your righteous desires. Woe to those who pronounce curses loudly and without resolution. Because of these sins, healing will be kept far from you. Woe to those who repay their neighbors with evil, for you will be repaid according to what you have done. Woe to the false witnesses and to those who weigh out unrighteousness. You will be suddenly destroyed. Woe to you sinners, for you oppress the righteous. Because of your unrighteousness, you will be seized and handed over to suffering. The weight of what you have done will be heavy upon you. Take heart, you righteous ones. The sinners will be suddenly destroyed before you. You will hold dominion over them as you desire, and judge them according to your righteous desires. On the day of the sinner's destruction, your children will rise like eagles, and your nest will be higher than that of the hawks. You will rise and enter the open spaces of the earth, into the cracks of the rocks like pikers. The sinners will not be able to see you, and the sirens will weep. Why do you fear, you who have suffered? You will be healed. A bright light will illuminate your path, and you will hear the voice of peace from heaven. Woe to you sinners, for your wealth makes you appear righteous, but your hearts convict you of evil. This truth will stand as testimony against you, as a memorial of your wicked deeds. Woe to those who eat the finest wheat and drink wine from great goblets and trample the powerless beneath their strength. Woe to those who drink from every spring. You will suddenly become drunk and wither away, for you have abandoned the fountain of life. Woe to those who rest upon unrighteousness, who deceive, who impoverish others, and who act in faithlessness. These things will testify against your wickedness. Woe to the powerful who oppress the righteous. Your time of destruction is coming. In the day of your judgment, good days will come for the righteous. The end of sinners, rulers, and the wealthy. Believe it, in the day of unrighteousness, the sinners will be put to shame and destroyed. Know that the Most High is planning your destruction, you sinners, and the angels of heaven will take pleasure in your ruin. What will you do on the day of judgment, you sinners, and where will you flee? When you hear the voice of the righteous in prayer, what will you do? You will share the same end as those against whom these words will testify. You became companions of sinners. In those days, the nature of the righteous will ascend to God, and your day of judgment will come. All your unrighteousness will be read aloud before the Most High God. Your faces will be covered in shame, for God rejects every deed built upon unrighteousness. Woe to you sinners who live on sea and on land. Your memory is filled with wickedness. Woe to those who say, "We grew rich through unrighteousness with silver and gold. We built up our treasuries. We obtained everything we desired. Now we can carry out what we have planned, for we have accumulated much silver, and our houses are full of servants. Our storehouses overflow like water." Your lies will be scattered like water. Your wealth will leave you without warning. You obtained everything through injustice, and so a great curse will find you. I swear to you, both the wise and the foolish, that you will witness many strange things upon this earth. You men will wear more ornaments than women, and more colorful garments than maidens. All that privilege, luxury, power, silver, gold, wealth, elegance, and food will scatter like water. Education and wisdom will not be found in your noons. Together with their possessions, they will be destroyed. Though filled with fame and glory, their spirits will be cast into fire in shame, ruin, and desolation. I have sworn to you, sinners, just as it is clear that a mountain will not become a slave, and a hill will not become a woman's servant, so too it is clear that sin was not sent into the world from outside. Man created it himself. Those who do this will fall under a great curse. Barrenness was not given to a woman, yet she will die childless because of what her own hands have done. I swear to you in the name of the Most High and the righteous, all your evil deeds are seen in the heavens. Not one of your acts of oppression is hidden or concealed. Do you think that the sins of your soul and your heart are unknown, that they are not written down? Know then that every sin you commit through your cruelty is written down every day before the Most High in the heavens until the day of your judgment. Woe to you, fools, for through your foolishness you will be destroyed. You do not listen to the wise, and therefore nothing good awaits your fate. Now you know that you are being prepared for the day of slaughter. You hope to live, you sinners, but you will depart and die.
There is no ransom that will save you. You are being prepared for the great day of judgment, the day of catastrophe and great shame for your souls.
Woe to you who commit evil deeds and are fed by bloodshed, you hardened hearts. Where does the good you eat and drink come from? From the abundance of good things the Most High God has poured out upon the world. But you will find no peace in it. Woe to you who love unjust deeds. Why do you hope for good things? Know that you will be delivered into the hands of the righteous, and they will cut your throats and show you no mercy. Woe to those who take pleasure in the suffering of the righteous. No grave will be dug for you. Woe to those who place no value in the words of righteousness. You will have no hope of life. Woe to those who write down lying and irresponsible words so that people will hear them and deal mercilessly with their neighbors. They will find no peace. They will die suddenly. Woe to those who cause corruption and to those who are famous for their falsehoods. You will be destroyed. You will have no virtuous life. Woe to those who distort the words of righteousness, who transgress the eternal law, and who transform themselves into what they are not. They will be trampled underfoot. In those days, prepare your memorial prayers. You righteous ones will present them as testimony before the angels, so that the angels may bring the sins of the sinners to remembrance before the Most High. In those days, the nations will be thrown into confusion, and in the day of destruction, the peoples of the nations will rise up. In those days, the pregnant who are in poverty will miscarry their children, and will abandon the infants in their arms, and those children will die because of them. Yes, they will abandon their nursing children and not return. They will have no compassion for their beloved ones.
Again, I swear to you sinners, a day of endless bloodshed is being prepared for you. Those who worship idols, who carve figures from gold, silver, wood, stone, and clay, and those who bow down to unclean spirits, demonic angels, and false gods of every kind, even unknowingly, they will find no help from any of these things. They will become partners in crime because of the foolishness of their hearts. The fear in their hearts and the things they see in dreams will blind their eyes. Because of these things, they will become deceptive and paranoid. They built all their deeds upon a lie by worshiping a stone, and so they will suddenly be destroyed. But blessed in those days are those who accept and understand the words of wisdom, who follow the paths of the Most High, who walk in the way of His righteousness, and who do not join the unrighteous in the ways of unrighteousness. They will be saved. Woe to those who spread evil among their neighbors, for you will be killed in hell. Woe to those who lay the foundations of sin and treachery and bring suffering upon the world, for your own end will be bitter and sudden. Woe to those who build their houses through the suffering of others, who construct them with bricks and stones of sin. I tell you, you will find no peace. Woe to those who reject the priceless inheritance passed down from their fathers and run after idols. You will find no peace. Woe to those who help oppression and murder their neighbors until the great day of judgment, for it will cast your glory to the ground, bring sickness to your hearts, awaken the spirit of His wrath, and destroy you with the sword. All the righteous and the holy ones will remember your sins. The final judgment of all sinners. In those days, fathers will be killed alongside their sons, brothers will die side by side, and in the end, their blood will flow like a river. A man will not hold back from killing his own sons and grandsons with his own hand. Sinners will kill their honorable brothers with their own hands. From dawn to sunset, they will slaughter one another. A horse will wade through the blood of sinners up to its chest, and the chariot it carries will be submerged in blood. In those days, the angels will descend to hidden places and gather all the sinners together. On that day of judgment, the Most High will appear and carry out a judgment upon the sinners. Then he will appoint angels to guard all the righteous and holy ones like the pupils of his eyes, until he brings all wickedness and all sin to its end. The righteous may sleep a long sleep, yet have nothing to fear. Then men will see that the wise live in safety and understand all the words of this book. They will recognize that their wealth did not save them and did not cleanse them of their sins. Woe to you sinners who torture the righteous and burn them in fire. On the mighty day of disaster, you will receive the recompense of your deeds. Woe to you hardened hearts who watch for opportunities to do evil. You will be seized by fear, and no one will come to your aid. Woe to you sinners! Because of the words of your mouths, the deeds of your hands, and the fruits of your unrighteousness, you will burn in flames worse than fire itself. Know this: the great God in heaven will ask the angels, the sun, the moon, and the stars about your sins. For you judged the righteous upon the earth. Every cloud, snow, dew, and rain will be summoned to testify against you. They will be withheld from falling upon you, for they know your sins. Now make offerings to the rain, so that it is not kept from you, the dew likewise. When they receive your gold and silver, they may descend upon you. But when frost and snowstorms descend upon you with all their calamities, you will not be able to stand against them. The fear of God. Look carefully at the heavens, children of heaven. Look at all the works of the Most High and fear him. Do not do evil in his presence. If he closes the windows of heaven against you because of what you have done, and withholds the rain and the dew, what will you do? And if he sends his wrath upon you because of what you have done, you will not be able to make any appeal to him, for you spoke against his justice with arrogance and insolence. And again, you will find no peace. Do you not see the sailors who steer the ships? Do you not see how the waves crash against their vessels, how the winds toss them and drive them toward destruction? They are afraid, because all their worldly possessions are there on the water with them. Their hearts sense that the ocean could swallow them and wipe them out. Are not all the waters of the ocean and everything in them the work of the Most High? Has he not set the sand as the boundary of the waters, and placed limits on all their activity? But if he is angered, the sea grows afraid and dries up, and all the fish in it and everything within it dies. But you sinners upon the earth show him no respect. Did he not create the sky, the earth, and everything between them? Did he not give wisdom and understanding to everything that moves on land and in the sea? Do not sailors respect the sea? But you sinners, you show no respect to the Most High. Terror and peace on the day of judgment. Where will you flee when God brings a painful fire upon you in those days? Where will you hide? Will you not be seized with fear and trembling when he makes his word known to you? All the bearers of light will tremble with great terror. All the earth will shake and shudder. All the angels will carry out the commands they have received. They will want to hide themselves from the presence of the Most High. The sons of men will stagger and tremble, and you sinners will be cursed forever. You will find no peace. But do not be afraid, you righteous spirits. Be glad that you died in righteousness. If your souls went down to the realm of the dead in great sorrow, if your bodies during your lifetime did not receive what your goodness deserved, do not grieve. Wait for the day when the sinners are judged and cursed. When you die, the sinners will say, "The righteous die just as we die. What benefit did they gain? They died in sorrow and darkness just like us. What do they have that we do not? We are equal in death. What will they gain? What will they see forever? Look, they are dead and will never see light again. The end is the same. They died as if they had never existed, and their souls went down to the realm of the dead in anguish. I tell you, sinners, you are satisfied with eating and drinking, with sinning and robbing and stripping others and living out your good days. Have you ever considered the righteous, what their end will be? Until the days of their death, no act of oppression is found in them.
The fate of the righteous and the sinners. I swear to you by the name of the great, honored, and mighty one, you righteous ones, I have understood this mystery. I have read the heavenly tablets. I have seen the holy books. I have seen what is written there for you. I saw something written there concerning those for whom all goodness, joy, and glory has been prepared. That writing was for the souls of those who die in righteousness. Your reward will be far greater than your deeds, a great abundance of goodness and blessing. The souls of those among you who die in righteousness will live and rejoice. Before the Most High, your spirits and the memory of your spirits will never perish throughout all the generations of the world. Why then do you fear the mistreatment of sinners? Fear no more. Woe to you sinners who die in the wealth of your sin. Those like you will say of you, "Blessed are the sinners. They lived out their lives. Look how they died in abundance and wealth. They saw no trouble or disaster in their lives. They died in honor and were never judged during their lifetimes. Know this, their souls will be cast down to the realm of the dead. They will be destroyed in great calamity. Their spirits will enter into fire amid bitter judgment, and the great judgment will continue throughout all the generations of the world. Woe to you, for you will find no peace.
Do not say, even in words, to the righteous and the good who are still alive, "In our days of disaster we suffered greatly and endured every hardship. We faced much evil, we lost much. Our souls were diminished, humiliated, and worn out. We were destroyed. There was no one to help us, even with a word. We were tortured and ruined, and our hope of survival grew less each day. We wanted to be the head, but became the tail. We labored hard, but saw no reward for our work. We became food for sinners. They placed a heavy yoke upon us. They brought us under their dominion with that yoke. They hated us and wounded us. We submitted to those who hated us, but they showed us no mercy. We wanted to flee and escape, but found no safe place to run. We complained to our rulers in pain and grief. We cried out to those who consumed us, but they ignored our cries. They did not listen to our voice. They helped those who robbed us, wore us down, and humiliated us. They also concealed their oppression. They placed no restraint on those who consumed us, scattered us, and slaughtered us. They concealed their killings. They did not even remember that they had raised their hands against us. I swear to you, righteous ones, the angels in heaven know your goodness before the Almighty. Your names are being written before the glory of the great God. Take heart and do not lose hope just because you were driven to shame by sickness and disaster. For now you will shine like the lights of heaven. You will shine and be seen as the windows of heaven are opened for you. Cry out for judgment. Judgment will appear to you. All the suffering you endured will be brought to account against the rulers and all those who helped in your oppression. Take heart. Do not lose hope, for you will have great joy, like the joy of the angels of heaven. On the great day of judgment, you will not need to hide. You will not be found guilty, and the eternal judgment will be far from you throughout all the generations of the world. Do not be afraid, you righteous ones, when you see sinners growing strong and prospering in their affairs. Do not keep company with them. Stay far from their oppression, for you will be companions of the host of heaven. The sinners say, "Not all our sins will be exposed and written down," yet their sins are recorded every day. Now I am showing you the light and the darkness, the day and the night. See all your sins clearly. Do not be evil in your hearts. Do not lie. Do not speak shameless words. Do not deny the Most High God and turn to idols. Your lies and your faithlessness are rooted not in justice, but in great sin. Even now I know this mystery, that sinners will alter and distort the words of righteousness in many ways. They will speak evil, tell lies, and bring about great deceptions. They will publish books of their own making, but when they write down my words correctly in their own language, they will not change anything from the beginning to the end. They will write faithfully everything I witnessed and testified to, without omitting or altering anything. I know another mystery, that books will be given to the righteous and the wise, and those books will be a source of joy, virtue, and great wisdom for them. Yes, books will be given to the righteous. They will believe in those books. They will take great joy from them. The righteous who learn all the paths of righteousness from them will receive their reward. In those days, God will command that the sons of men be called to repeat these words of wisdom. Show this to them. Be their guide and be a reward for the whole world. My son and I will unite with them. Throughout all our lives, we will bear witness on the paths of righteousness, and you will find peace. Rejoice, children of righteousness. A fragment from the Book of Noah. Sometime later, Methuselah took a wife for his son Lamech. His wife became pregnant by him and bore a son. His body was white as snow and red as a blooming rose. The hair on his head was as white as wool, and his eyes were beautiful. When he opened his eyes, he lit up the whole house like the sun. Yes, the entire house was filled with light. At once, he rose up in the hands of the midwife, opened his mouth, and spoke to the Lord of righteousness. His father was afraid and fled from him. He went to his father Methuselah and said to him, "I have fathered a strange son who does not resemble a man, but looks like the sons of the God of heaven. He is unlike us. His nature is different. His eyes are like rays of the sun, and his face shines. It seems to me this child is not mine. He may be from the angels, and perhaps in his days a miracle will take place upon the earth. And now, father of my father, I beg you to go to our forefather Enoch and learn the truth from him, for his dwelling place is among the angels." When Methuselah heard the words of his son, he came to me at the ends of the earth, for he had heard that I was there. He came and cried out to me in a loud voice. I heard his voice and came to him. I said, "Here I am, my son. You came to me." He answered, "I came to you because of a great anxiety and because of a troubling vision I encountered. Listen, father. My son Lamech has fathered a son whose nature does not resemble human nature. His color is whiter than snow and redder than a rose. His hair is whiter than white wool, and his eyes are like rays of the sun. When he opened his eyes, he lit up the whole house. He rose up in the hands of the midwife, opened his mouth, and blessed the God of heaven. His father was frightened and came to me. He believes the child is not his, but belongs to the angels of heaven. That is why I came to you, so that you would tell me the truth." I, Enoch, answered him, "I have seen in a vision that God will do something new upon the earth. In the generation of my father Jared, some of the angels of heaven transgressed the word of God. They sinned and broke the law. They joined themselves to women and committed sin with them. Some married them and had children by them. They will produce giants upon the earth, not of the spirit, but of the flesh. Then there will be great punishment upon the earth, and the world will be cleansed of all of this. Yes, there will be great destruction upon the earth. A great flood will come, and a great catastrophe will take place for a full year. The child born to your son will survive. He and his 3 children will be saved along with him. When all the people of the earth die, he and his sons will be saved. From his offspring there will come giants, clothed in flesh, not spirit. There will be great punishment upon the earth, and the world will be cleansed of its wickedness. Now go and tell your son Lamech that the child born to him is truly his own son. Name him Noah, for he will survive, and he and his sons will be saved from the great destruction that is coming upon the earth because of sin and faithlessness. After that, unrighteousness even greater than before will arise upon the earth, for I know the mysteries of the holy ones. God showed them to me and revealed them, and I read them on the heavenly tablets. Written on those tablets was that generation after generation would go astray, but eventually a righteous generation will come, and wickedness will be destroyed. Sin will be brought to an end across the whole earth, and the world will be filled with goodness.
Now go and tell your son Lamech that the child born is truly his son, and this is no lie. Methuselah went back after hearing the words of his father Enoch, who had shown him all the hidden things. He told his son everything he had learned, and they named the child Noah, for after all the destruction, he would bring comfort to the earth. Enoch also wrote another book for his son Methuselah, and for those who would come after him, so that those who kept the law in the last days would be able to do so. You who walk in the way of goodness, wait until the day when the end is brought upon those who work wickedness, and the power of the corrupt is brought to its close. Wait until sin is brought to an end, for the names of the sinners will be blotted out from the book of life and from the other holy books. Their offspring and their spirits will be destroyed. They will cry out and wail in a void. They will burn in a fire without end. There, in that place, I saw something like an invisible cloud. I could not fully make it out because of its depth, but I saw a flame burning brightly. Things resembling glowing mountains were circling around it and moving back and forth. I asked one of the archangels who was with me, "What is this glowing thing? For it is not like the sky. It is like the brilliance of a burning fire, and it is making a sound of weeping, crying, and pain." He said to me, "The place you see is where the souls of sinners will be cast. Those who are faithless, who are servants of wickedness, and who distort what God and the prophets have spoken, they will be cast there. Some of these things are recorded in the heavens, and the angels read them and see what will befall the sinners. Everything is also being recorded concerning the souls of the humble, those who suffered in the body, those who were brought low by the wicked but rewarded by God. I mean, those who love God rather than gold, silver, and the other goods of this world. Those who give their bodies to suffering. Those who have no desire for earthly food, and who see it as something passing like a breath. Those who somehow live through it all. God has tested them with great severity, and their spirits have been found pure. They praise His name in spite of everything. I have recorded all the divine mercies in their fates in the books. God will reward them, for they loved heaven more than their earthly lives. Even though they were trampled underfoot by the wicked and subjected to humiliation, they honored me still. Now I will gather the good spirits of the generation of light. I will transform those born in darkness who received no reward in the body and honor them as their faith deserves. I will bring a bright light to those who love my Holy One. I will seat them upon heavenly thrones. There they will shine brilliantly for ages without end, for God is faithful in His judgment. God will grant faithfulness to them in the places along the paths that lead to heaven. They will see that those born in darkness have returned to darkness, but the faithful will shine brilliantly. When the sinners see them shining, they will weep and wail, and they will indeed go to the days, the seasons,
and the places appointed for them. Here the vision of the prophet Enoch comes to its end. May the blessing of his prayer and the gifts of his time be with him.
The Book of Enoch has spoken. Whether these words are prophecy, history, or something far beyond our understanding, that question belongs to you. If this video added something to your world, a like and a subscription means everything to us. The next secret is already waiting.